It only takes a moment to change the game, find the time to find the time. So I said to my son, that magazine is rubbish, put it back down. I couldn't afford the magazine. They'll have ADHD, they'll have attachment issues. How is it you can have all these millions and not be happy? In the morning, straight, I want to get a cigarette.
Yeah.
Because I can't function. And my journey is to inspire, motivate, and help people. And that job was a safety job. They pay you just enough to stay and just enough not to leave.
Yeah.
If you get a blessing too early, it may be a curse. I don't like liars, but I lie to myself all the time. Success means you got to change. Always taking the hard option rather than the easy option. I wait to help a million people. All these dreams are standing around you, and only you could bring us alive. But now we have to die with you. Have courage to sometimes walk alone. Keep walking alone as long as possible. The journey is going to be bumpy. It's not going to be straight, smooth, and people are not just going to give you what you want. If you don't believe in you, how can I believe in you?
Hi guys, I'm here with Horace, aka the Gamechanger. Thank you for coming to the podcast.
Thank you.
Can you make a short introduction for the viewers?
So I'm Horace, the Gamechanger. It only takes a moment to change the game, find the time to find the time.
That's a really good intro. I like it.
So that's basically me, man. I kind of like say it only takes the moment, and it's the moment that you decide that life as how it is can be changed. Nothing happens overnight, but it's the moment that you wake up one day and say, you know, yeah, I'm sick and tired, and it's time for a change. So that's why I always say it only takes a moment to change the game, because that moment that you decide that you want different is when things in your life start changing. The next thing is find the time to find the time. What does that mean? It basically means that a lot of us always say, I haven't got enough time. I don't have enough time. That's the famous saying that a lot of people say, I don't have enough time. If you don't have time for yourself, then what have you got time for? So that's why the saying goes, it only takes a moment to change the game, find the time to find the time. And that goes out to each individual person.
That's great. I actually wanted to ask you this in the podcast anyway, because I like this line when you start all your videos like this.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It's a really good hook. It's like really inspiring. I like that when I see it. Yeah. And it's very true. I would say it only takes a moment.
Of course.
Yeah, sure. And you need to find the time.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, you know, like growing up as a person, they say sometimes we wish we know the things now we knew when we were younger.
Yeah. I'm the same. I wish I would know what I know now then. Yeah.
Well, even though we do know what we know now, a lot of us don't act on it.
True.
So when I say it only takes a moment, going back to what I said previously, nothing takes a moment.
Yeah.
But it's that moment that you decide, you know what,
Yeah, it's the moment you decide you want to change.
I want to change.
Exactly.
I want to change.
Yeah.
I mean, once you start realize that you want to change, you start finding things that can help you to change.
Yeah, but if you don't decide, you'll never find it. Yeah, that's true.
I heard a saying today, and it was like, it will take time. In time, I do it in time.
Yeah.
I do it tomorrow. I do it time.
No.
But understand, it's like you're always kind of like going against yourself.
Yeah.
It's kind of like taking that massive leap to say, okay, I'm doing it now.
True. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's right now. I'm doing it now. I mean, it's like once you start looking at that now, then it's time to start taking accountability.
Yeah, that's massive. Yeah.
Then it's time to start looking at, okay, I now have to be disciplined.
Yeah.
I done a video about motivation vs discipline. Now, let's be honest, bro. Sometimes we're motivated, aren't we?
Yeah, you're not
but most of the time, the motivation comes with like circumstances.
Yeah,
like
sometimes you feel like you don't feel like.
So, like for example, I run every morning. Previously, before I got motivated, really and truly got disciplined, the minute I looked outside, it was raining. Oh, I'd rather run tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, tomorrow now it's raining again.
Yeah.
So now I've missed 2 days.
Yeah.
So now I've missed 2 days now. The third day now is difficult because...
Yeah. You already get out of it. Yeah. We get really out of the good habits really fast.
Of course.
We get into them very hard. It's hard to build a good habit. But after, if you're 3 days, 1 week off, you can lose it all.
There you go. Yeah. So this is why when I say it only takes a moment, it's also two ways.
Yeah.
The moment can also go this way. It can always go backwards as well.
Yeah.
So like I said, if you're running every morning, you decide it's raining, I'm not going to do it. It only takes a moment for you to start going left.
Yeah. You can also.
Of course,
yeah.
So it works both ways. It's not just one way to work good.
Yeah, so it can also take you out of the.
Of course, it can. Yeah, of course. So the main thing is understanding the concept behind the moment. It's a thing where it's the individual thing where you have to take discipline. So you have to take accountability of your life and say, okay, then right, I'm over here. I want to get over here.
Yeah.
Now, what's the steps?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and then when you're looking at the steps, say, okay, then right, now I've got to make a conscious decision to make one movement today.
True.
I call it 1%.
Yeah. Just
One thing. Like they say, you got to do. I think if you go too big sometimes.
Yeah, if you do 1% every day, it's still better than going 100% today and fall out of it the next.
There you go.
You know.
So you can do little small movements continuously.
Yeah.
You will see the change, and then the next thing is finding the time.
Yeah.
It's like some of us have got kids.
Yeah.
Some of us have got 2 jobs. Some of us have things like that we want to do, we want to go out, but you don't find the time for the things that really and truly are gonna pull you forward.
Yeah.
We find excuses for them, don't we?
Yeah.
We always say,
we're busy with the wrong things.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We don't know how to prioritize well. Yeah.
Well, sometimes we do know, but it seems to be hard.
Yeah, it seems to be. You see that quote that I have there, you are so busy that you're lazy.
I like that.
Because it's what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
You're busy with things that doesn't matter. And you are saying, I'm busy, I can't. But it's not. You just don't make the time to do the ones that matters. And you're basically lazy. You think and you're using as an excuse, I'm busy. But you're not busy. You're so busy that you're lazy.
That's right. I didn't see that one there. I like that. I don't want to take that one there. But you're absolutely right. And I think it's the moment that you decide, that you're just basically sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Exactly, yeah.
There was a quote I heard a while ago, and it was talking about a young man walks past his owner with a dog. And every day the dog's moaning. And one day the guy asked the owner, "Why is your dog moaning?" And the owner says, "Oh, he's laying on a nail." So the guy goes, "Well, why doesn't the dog get off the nail?" The owner says, "It's not hurting enough yet."
Yeah, true.
It's not hurting.
That's true.
So when you think about us,
we don't change.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
you know what I mean?
I changed when I had the rock bottom, when I was in my lowest of the lowest. Then is when I changed.
There you go.
And I said never again.
Because now you have no choice.
Exactly.
Most of us, we can still deal with what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, say for example,
it's manageable, so you're okay with it.
So say for example, I've got no money.
But you're used to it. Do you know
what I mean? So I know I can still survive. I know I can probably still get food. I know I can still get this. So you're not going to deal with it.
Yes, sir.
Because you're just about okay.
And
it's the same thing that you could be in a relationship that you're not happy with. But because you might be getting that little bit that you want.
You're fine with it. You don't need to change. The same like maybe your back aches a bit, or you should stretch, or you should do sport, but you still can hold it like this. You wake up, you eat bad food, you have a cup of coffee, and you feel like your day starts. But instead of you like doing sport and eating a bit better, no, because wait, you're okay with that. It still doesn't hurt that.
Of course, it's the pain is
not that big yet.
Of course, and it's like, I mean, obviously we all have different pains, don't we?
Of course.
But until that pain really and truly gets to unbearable, you will always be the same.
Yeah.
You will always be the same.
True.
So the shift of the matter is to understand them 2 things. It only takes a moment to change the game.
Yeah.
And to find the time.
Yeah.
Once you can put them 2 things, no matter what field you want to get into, it will work.
Yeah,
no matter what you want to go.
Yeah.
And the last thing is the day is what you make it.
The day was amazing.
That was a thing, because I work with young people. So I work with kids who have SEN needs, special education needs. So these will have they'll have ADHD, they'll have attachment issues. But what we don't understand, that these young kids end up being adults. And they still have the same concept because it's not being dealt with. So when I say to a young person, the day is what you make it, I'm also saying it to an adult.
For sure, for everyone. It's for everyone.
So when you think to yourself, right, I've got to go to work and I hate work and this and that's going on in my life, and but the day is still what you make it, because even though you've got to go work, which we all got to go work, aren't we?
You can go in a bad mood or in a good mood.
There you go.
You still need to go to work.
So if I went to work now and I'm in a good mood, the day's going to go quicker.
Sure.
Things won't affect me as much as they were if I was in a bad mood.
True.
Because when I'm in a bad mood, that means that just probably you beside me eating is just going to do anything.
Because already,
you know what I mean? So the concept of like the days what you make it is understanding that it's up to you to shape the day how you want to make it.
And how you perceive everything.
That's it.
Yeah.
So when I say the days what you make it, when you wake up in the morning, you can say to yourself, okay, right, I'm gonna have a good day today.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
First of all,
Or be grateful I wake up. Yeah, some people don't wake up.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have another day to, do whatever I want.
There you go. So, for example, like you said, you've woken up. Okay, that's the blessing straight away.
Yeah.
Now, but a lot of us don't see these things as a blessing, do we?
Yeah, because you're so used to it.
Yeah. So it's not a blessing.
Yeah.
So then, so now we've got to go a bit deeper.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we now take them things for granted.
Yeah.
So we can't even use them as blessings.
Yeah.
So now you've got to say to yourself, okay, then I've woken up now. Okay, what do I want out of this day?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, what do I want? Yeah, you know what I mean? Obviously, I know I've got whether I've got to drop my kids off to school.
Yeah.
I've got to be at work for 9 o'clock. But what is it that you want from that day?
Yeah.
So I tend to wake up in the morning, and for the first couple of minutes,
Set up what you want in the day. Yeah.
I say, okay, I want these things to happen.
Yeah. Then I go a bit even not deeper, even beyond this. I set it up with the night before. So I schedule the day a night before, and I recommend this to everyone if they can do it. Because sometimes when you wake up the next day, someone can give you a call, or you get, even if you're taking those minutes, but other people will say, I'm going to decide tomorrow. They wake up tomorrow, they get into the weeds of what they're doing. Someone gives them a call, and they forget what they wanted to do for that day. But if you set up from today, like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to do this, I think it will help even more. But yeah, probably on the day you need to decide, I'm going to be happy.
Of course, you're up there. Listen, right. They say that, I heard the saying before, saying that, you live only once, and when I realized, no, you live every day.
Yeah, exactly.
You die only once.
Yeah.
So the concept is like, as much as things might not be going according to plan for you, it's still up to you to say, okay, then how can I make it better?
Sure.
Like, there is things that happen to us, that happen to all of us, whether you might lose a loved one, you might lose a job, the relationships are not going well. These happen to mostly everyone.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously we all take it differently. But at the same time, you've still got a choice to say, okay, then how or what am I going to put in that day to make things a little bit more, enjoyable or easy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? For me to get through the day.
Yeah.
I grew up basically a negative person where
And that was the same. Yeah.
where it's like
Negative.
it's like
Everything was
yeah, they were, yeah.
Everyone was
Of course, yeah, everything. Yeah.
System was bad. Everything was bad.
I used to have like some rap songs I used to listen to. The one rap song used to call Black Rain.
Okay.
That was the title, Black Rain.
Yeah.
And it kind of already put me in a mood of like you said, life's rubbish.
Yeah.
And it took years to understand that whatever I'm putting out is coming back to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right, and
Whatever you believe,
that's it.
or what you repeat to yourself, or what you listen, or read, or watch.
That's back. Of course.
Yeah.
But like I said, going back to what we said previously, when you understand these things, if you understood these things when you're younger, it made you see life different.
Yeah.
But now you know.
Yeah. So it's okay that it happened like this.
Do you understand? So now we've got to look at, okay, then now we know the vibrations.
Yeah. Now you know everything.
Yeah. So now we got that. So this one goes back down to now, like what you can do with that information.
Yeah. Exactly. What
You know what I mean? Yes. What you can do with the information.
Yeah.
So now, okay, let's say for example, our 20s, early 30s were not the best.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I'm in my 40s. Now you could say, okay, then for the remainder of my life now, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Because I understand whatever I put out is going to come back to me.
Yeah. So now you know. So you don't use it to your advantage.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because like I said, we know what we know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Remember, we can't go back.
No, I can't go back. I know.
We've only got now, which is to say the present.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
So now we've been handed the present.
Yeah.
How can we build on...
And you can build only in the present.
Of course. Yeah.
You cannot say I'm going to build tomorrow, because tomorrow doesn't exist.
No, tomorrow...
It doesn't exist, and you don't know if it's guaranteed.
Well, what we can do, I mean, like, what I always say is like, okay, we live for now, but we still plan for tomorrow.
Yeah.
There is a saying that says, the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's also the best time to plant one now.
It's today. Yeah.
But also to understand the concept, you have to plant the tree today so you can sit in the shade tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the same time, it is also good to have a plan.
Yeah, true.
And the way I see this as well, because as I've got older, I've seen people that who are a lot older than me, and I'm surrounded by them, and I realize they've never had a plan.
Yeah. Or related to this subject, I remember one saying or proverb from my country, and says the wise man builds a slide so the one that you go on the snow, he builds it in the summer, and he builds a carriage in the winter, so he has it ready for the summer. Yeah, the sense. So all the time he's one step from. Yeah, the same.
That's great, but but it's also again, it's like it's understanding the logic behind these things. Like one of the things that I always say to people is that the old sayings are the best sayings.
Yeah.
Because they're being passed down to us.
True.
And like
you see, people don't listen. Or when we were young, we were never listening.
no, you wouldn't.
I didn't listen.
Because it's the concept of like it's kind of not necessarily saying that you know everything. It's the concept of like you still want to live, don't you?
Of course.
You still want to experiment. You still want to try and you still want to do that.
Yeah. So that's why you don't listen.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also it depends on also like who's bringing the message.
Yeah. True.
Like who's bringing, like for example, like
If someone that doesn't live it, he tells you.
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
you don't really listen.
also it depends who you look up to.
Yeah.
So for example, when I was a kid, I probably looked up to mostly the neighborhood bad person.
Yeah, I'm the same.
You get me? So you get me? So if they told me something, I'd be like, yeah, I'll listen to that.
The same.
Boy, if your mum told you something, you'd be like, oh, you listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it all depends on who's bringing the message. True. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, the beauty of these things is understanding that once you know the message or understanding how important it is to look back on things. Like I always say to people, right, don't look back on life as a trauma thing.
No,
look back on things. You get me? Look back and say, okay, then, right?
Experience.
Yeah. Also, like, what can I change? Like I was telling you about the character.
Yeah.
And the character is one of the things I realized that, you know, I wasn't an educated person. You know, like, you know, I left school with nothing. But what I realized that my character could get me in places that the things I didn't have it qualified for.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And once I realized that, that was also a turning point for me. Realizing that, you know, if I could build a character, you know, like I said to people, if you're trustworthy, you're kind, and you're honest, by having them skills alone, there is nothing or no way that you can't, no level that you can not reach.
Yeah.
But it's understanding like how do I build them characters?
Yeah.
Like how do I build a character of courage?
Yeah, it is.
Like where does that come from?
Yeah.
And that mainly comes from looking back in your past and look at all the things that you've overaccomplished and overachieved.
Yeah.
Because you got to think, you know, even though I don't know your past, even for some of the things that you've said to me, we probably had similar pasts.
Yeah, I think so.
Because
I find myself in your videos.
So we've kind of not listened, you know what I mean?
Or even the target audience, I think we have the same, like the same me I'm trying to reach somehow. I mean, by the stories that I say or like that, people that been in a very low point, like as I was, they say maybe they didn't have confidence or they used alcohol, drugs, and other vices, they didn't work out ever. These kind of people I try to also reach.
Of course.
Maybe there is no way out because I think they need the most.
Of course, because it's like, you know, what we said earlier on before when we started off about, you know, only if we knew this when we were younger.
Yeah.
And when I said to you before, the kids I work with now, the kids I work with now, we're also going to be adults eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of us, we were them kids.
Yeah.
But we was not probably diagnosed with all these issues.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I think, what do you think about this? I actually had an episode about this, I think, but anyway, like, if you diagnose the kids with this, you give them an identity.
Of course.
So they will take that identity and they will
run with it.
They will instead of them actually taking accountability, becoming better, instead of because if you believe you have a condition or something, you will.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, there was an experiment that they did in hospital where there was a person that came in hospital and there were. Do you know when they inject you with like fluids or whatever?
Yeah.
So they were injecting this person with water.
Oh, yeah. So you're feeling better just a seaboard.
Yeah. So basically, they were injecting with water, and he thought that it was injecting.
Medicine.
So when they said, "Oh, you're cured, you can go," I go, "No, I can't go. I'm not cured. I can't go."
Yeah.
I remember
he was thinking that's making him better.
Yeah,
that's the belief.
So when they said to him, "No, we just water," so
That's crazy.
it is the concept of like how your mind is. But I also do believe that. Some of us sometimes, right, because of our upbringings and what we've been conditioned to, it can alter our subconscious.
Yeah.
So, for example, you say between 0 and 7, they're your most vital years.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So between 0 to 7 depends on what's in your subconscious.
Yeah.
Can now.
But if you have like a family that is more drama in the family, more arguings, or it's like chaos, or like that's what you wanna have, and that's how your life will be when you grow up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. So going back to what I was saying to you before, when I was a kid, I used to think the life was rubbish and everything because when I grew up, that's all I seen.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same. Like me when I see trauma or fighting all the time.
Cool, yeah. So that's what also because of that, because of how my subconscious see that now.
That's how we create it.
That you understand?
Yeah.
So that doesn't necessarily be a condition. It's what your subconscious picked up.
Yeah, exactly.
So it means that
what you believe, what you see.
Yes. So every time I come against a problem, I'm going to deal with that problem. How my subconscious has told me how to deal with that problem.
Exactly. So you need new lights so you can deal different.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's only when, like I said, you start coming away from your environment and start seeing newer things now, better things, that you start learning, okay then, right, maybe how I've been dealing with this problem is not the best way.
Yeah, true.
But until when you start looking within yourself, you will keep dealing with the problem the same way.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not about identifying yourself as having, like, for example, whether it's, I don't know, like
ADHD or autism.
But it's also understanding, like, your subconscious plays a massive part in your day-to-day functions.
Yeah.
So like you said, if you grew up in a household where there was always drama and violence and all,
that's how your life will be.
that's all it's going to be.
Yeah.
You get me?
Until you change internally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is where you got to do some inside work.
Yeah, exactly. If people look all the time outside,
No.
and they think if I will have that, I'll be happier, I will be at peace, but you're not going to be until you're not at peace with your current situation, no matter which current situation it is.
Absolutely. Like they're saying it, like, we know, like, a lot of people who have died who have millions, but yet they've not been happy.
Yeah.
So how is it you can have all these millions and not be happy?
Yeah.
So that means that really and truly, the happiness is something that starts inside.
And that you decide.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all these things are like bonuses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I've got 2 cars outside, that's a bonus.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I can't find this happiness, it's like them 2 cars don't mean nothing.
Yeah. Also, peace is very important. Yeah.
So
peace, fulfillment. Yeah.
Going back to what we said previously about getting up in the morning or the night time and giving yourself that little 5 minutes before you get out and say, okay, then, right, how is it I want the day to plan out?
Yeah.
So everything I believe is a routine and habit.
Yeah.
It's like if you have good habits, them good habits can set you up better in life. If you've got bad habits, then somehow them things are gonna deform how you move in life.
True.
So, for example, if my habit is waking up in the morning straight, I'm going to get a cigarette.
Yeah.
Because I can't function.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not helping me.
Yeah, that's not going to help you.
You know what I mean?
That just give you more stress.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
That means every time I'm stressed, I'm just going to run to this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I've got to now find a different way, a different mechanism and a different coping strategy.
True.
So maybe it's like, okay, then, right, maybe I get up in the morning and I do 10 deep breaths.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I went from there, okay, and it's all about changing some habits. And once you start changing a habit,
or start like sometimes I do this like 3 minutes, 5 minutes with being grateful. So like, I'm grateful I wake up. I'm grateful I'm actually in this house. Other people don't have a house.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I know it sounds simple, but if you really dwell on this, you realize you really have a house, you really have clothes, you really have who knows, you have a work where to go. Some people don't have a work, you know. So before I even wake up, I'm already grateful I'm alive. I can I know I can breathe. I can eat again today, a nice meal, you know. So all this small gratitude, if you can do this also a way. And well, how I say, maybe take 10 breaths or some people I know they just go straight to do some push-ups.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Shower, so I go straight into the shower. So I'm not going into the phone immediately. So after shower, I dress up and after I pray a bit and after I check my phone. It's everyone is different. You know, I can do it different.
Well, like you said, it's kind of having as they say, a bulletproof routine.
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't like this all the time, you know.
It wasn't. Wait, because again, someone's like, all right. I also say this. Every journey that you go through, it's shaping you for you to become the person that you want to become.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't even know who you want to become.
Yeah.
But you're still being shaped.
Yeah. So that's why it's better to know who you want.
Yeah, because if you know what you want quicker, when you can get to there quicker.
Yeah.
For some of us don't, but
if no, life will just shape you how she wants.
Yeah, there you go. So once you kind of understand, okay, so for example, I know my passion and my journey is to inspire, motivate, and help people. That's my journey.
Yeah.
You know.
Cool. Yeah.
And how I knew this Well, because I've been doing this for a long time, but not understanding the powers I had doing that. I've always looking to do some different things.
Yeah, me also, like, I want to do more things. I have multiple skills.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I see, like, one time I took my lesson to drive a lorry.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I failed, and I thought I'll do it again. And I failed 4 times. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it again. And I thought, maybe I was not meant to be a lorry driver.
Yeah.
But sometimes,
If you really wanted, you could do it, but maybe it was just something on the moment.
but when I look back,
Yeah.
if I was a lorry driver, I wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't have the exact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
It happens with a reason.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
sometimes because we're caught up in the moment, we don't realize that certain things are happening for a reason.
Exactly. It shapes us.
You understand?
Yeah.
So my past was shaping me
For now.
for me. You understand?
Yeah, exactly. Or another thing that I like to say it is, life can be lived only forward, but it can be understood only backwards.
I like
So you see, you were living at that moment your life forward. You're trying, it didn't work, but you didn't know what's happening. But now, when you look back, you never understand it.
Of course, and this is the beauty when I'm saying, like, when you understand the vibration and when you understand these things, the power is to know how to use it.
True.
Do you understand?
You just leave it like that. You know it, and you don't
You
take
understand?
action. Yeah.
It's like they say the person who has the book and doesn't read the book is no different from the person that doesn't have the book.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's also the person who reads the book and doesn't act on the information.
Is still.
I mean, it's still no different. I mean, all three of them are still in the same boat.
Yeah.
So the concept is, now you know these things, how are you going to use them to improve your day-to-day lives? Now, the concept to me in life is to have happiness.
Yeah.
And inner happiness.
Yeah.
Not outside happiness.
No.
I think inner happiness.
Yeah.
And once you have the inner happiness, then I think you're willing to do anything then.
Yeah.
You're willing to take chances, you're willing to come out the comfort zone, you're willing to risk this. But until you find inner happiness, you're always going to say the reasons why you shouldn't do things that's best for you. You're always going to look at as they call it, or it's short-term gratification.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all done it. We've all wanted these things like, you know, let me have this now because, do you know what? I
You feel happy, but you don't realize it doesn't really help you in the future, on the long term.
Because you're running away from the inside.
Yeah.
Where like now, I kind of like, I face inside. Like I look at my flaws, and I love my flaws.
Yeah.
I mean, my flaws make me who I am.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have a thing, and I notice about myself. Like, I could be running now, right? And you could be on the other side of the road running. And automatically I'm thinking, this why is it trying to run past me? I don't know if I don't, but my brain's saying to me, I need to be, don't I run? I mean, automatically I'm now going on a different journey within myself, and it's draining me. Yeah. So now I've got to realize I've got to run my own race.
Yeah.
You can't run your race.
You don't compete.
Do you know what I mean? But sometimes it happens so quickly.
Yeah.
That I find myself in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got to like, what are you doing?
But at least you realize it, at least.
But even it's took a while for me to understand me.
Yeah, for sure. But that's what we all need.
You understand? Understand yourself. So when you're always looking at outside things, you'll never get time to look at you inside, because you're always looking at different things that taking you off your journey.
Yeah.
So when I'm running in the morning, I see, so they've already took me off my journey. I'm start looking at them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right, they're running faster than me. I need to pick up and and it's like, no, like, stay in your zone, stay in your thing.
You should focus just on yourself. Just be better than yourself. So if you need a comparison, just compare with yourself. Not other people that are maybe better than you can compare, but not compare. You can look for inspiration.
Yeah, of course. Of course. So
you can inspire. I want to be like him, but I'm not comparing myself with him. Or don't compare your beginning of the journey with their peak. Say, and you're gonna try to do what that person is doing now. It doesn't work for you, because that person, when he started, it doesn't start like that. He started something small.
This I think is the key thing to life, is understanding that through all walks of life.
Yeah.
Not just me running.
Yeah, and everything. Yeah.
It's everything. So like saying like I could be doing something and I see somebody, I'm like, how come they're doing it like this, and why can't I do that? And straight away, I've already put myself down.
Yeah, exactly.
Without even understanding. You know what I mean? Without even understanding what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm already put myself down. Now, once I've put myself down now,
you don't feel like doing anything. You're not on the phone anymore.
There you go, I've lost.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So the concept that you said to yourself is, okay, then, right, how can I do this? Right, first of all, maybe let me ask this person to teach me. Or to show me.
Or ask, because they say, if you ask, you're a fool once. But if you don't ask, you're a fool all your life.
There you go. No, he's absolutely right.
Okay, and how did your spiritual awakening happen at 40, or what changed for you at 40, and how did it impact your life?
I think everything changed for me a lot after, I would say, COVID. That's when I kind of like, I would say my marriage failed. And my wife moved out with the kids. And I think it was a big, massive awakening.
But it's weird because me after COVID as well. So 2020 was my year.
Okay.
Like when it changed, like before I was
Do that. So I think before then, it was just going through motions.
Yeah.
I think we were just living for the sake of living.
Yeah.
There was no really and truly like goal, destinations, aims, objectives. There was nothing. It was just like, as they say, Groundhog Day. You know, you got the kids, you pick them up, bring them swimming, bring them here,
just
go to work.
everything.
You know what I mean? That was it. So anyway, back end of Corona, the marriage failed. The wives moved out. Divorces ended. The kids have moved out, and it's just like bam.
It hit you.
You know what I mean? It's like bam. But the thing was, as mad as it sounded, I needed that. I needed that in a way because, and I didn't even know this until now.
Yeah.
I'm what you call a risk taker. Where my wife at the time, she wasn't.
Yeah.
So every idea I had, as husband and wife, you tell your wife your idea.
And she was like, no, keep the safe.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that was stifling me.
Yeah. And you're killing you.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So that was stifling me without me even knowing it.
Yeah.
And this is the thing what I'm saying to you about when you come out yourself sometimes, you can start seeing what you like as a person.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I'm in my 40s now, so all my life, I didn't know I was a risk taker.
Yeah.
But now I know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
So once I realized I was a risk taker now, that's when opportunities, I started living for the opportunity. I started
seeing them.
You understand? I started taking a chance and bringing these opportunities alive, which also made me leave my job at the airport. I used to work at the airport for 19 years.
Wow.
And that job was a safety job.
Yeah,
it was a job that basically, as they say, they pay you just enough to stay and just enough not to leave.
Yeah.
Right? It was a robot job.
Yeah.
Construction job, meaning that anyone could do it.
Yeah.
You could start working there within about 8 minutes. You could do the job. But it was a concept of like, it was safety.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And then obviously after when I said the back end of where things started going pear-shaped for me, and I got my job, which is I started being an outreach mentor, which is I work with youngsters that didn't go to school.
Yeah.
That's when I started getting into my passion.
That's cool.
This is when I realized this is what I want to do. You know, I started feeling joy with helping people that by just me telling them my experience could help them shape their lives in a different way.
Yeah.
Which when I went home, I felt that gratification inside that when I was even making money, I didn't feel.
Yeah.
You understand? So that made me even crave that more.
Yeah.
And I think that's when also the game changer came alive, the concept of me calling myself the game changer.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to change the whole concept of how I seen life and how I was for the last 40 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
anyway in life they say the only constant is change.
Of course, they understand. Yeah, of course. So for me, I was not changing.
Yeah, you just have a safety.
I was in comfort zone.
Yeah.
Comfort zone.
Yeah.
Like stepping in the comfort zone was like, well, we don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had no choice. But to come out of the comfort zone.
Exactly. Yeah.
But when I stepped out of the comfort zone, I was questioning myself, why did I step out of the comfort zone before?
Yeah.
But I also I don't think I was ready for it then.
Yeah, true.
They say sometimes if you get a blessing too early, it may be a curse.
Yeah. You're right.
You understand?
Yeah.
It's like, for example, if I give my son and my 9-year-old son a car to drive, is that a blessing or a curse?
It depends. Yeah,
I mean, it's only 9.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying it's only 9.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So let's fast forward where now he's now passed his lesson.
Yeah.
Now got his driver lesson. I give him a car.
Yeah.
Is that a blessing? You understand? See the difference?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. True.
It's
Like
like the same thing at a different time.
exactly. Like I had the previous another guest that he had 130,000 pounds. He wasted all, and it's the same concept. If he will had it a bit later when he was more mature, or you know, like things like that, maybe he will do something.
Of course, yeah.
It's a very similar concept.
Of course. So that's sometimes a blessing given too early can be a curse.
That's true.
So I don't think I was ready to become the game changer.
Yeah,
Before my time.
Yeah,
You understand?
Yeah, you're
So once it was time for me, then everything changed.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
My mannerism changed, the way I see myself changed, my self-belief changed, my confidence changed, everything changed.
That's cool.
So I would say my life started 6 years ago.
Yeah,
That's when my life started 6 years ago.
That's
And like I said, I'm now 40. I'm nearly 47.
Wow.
So basically, my life started 6 years ago.
Yeah, I get it.
So before that, I don't know what I was doing. But like I said,
Yeah.
now I have aims, I have objectives, I have goals, and that's to me anyway. That's what I call living.
Yeah,
when you got things.
when you have something to look forward.
You understand?
Yeah,
You're working towards something.
Yeah, exactly.
Now a lot of people do that from when they finish school.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's nice.
Yeah. I want to be a policeman, or I want to be a doctor. So straight away, they work.
know when they
you
work.
understand?
Yeah, they
So they're working towards what it. For me, mine took for me in my 40s.
Yeah.
So as they say, it's never too late.
It's never too late.
Yeah. So that's when everything changes. So for me, it was more like, one, hitting rock bottom, two, understanding that, I was a risk taker and it's time for me to take risks.
Yeah.
And also, three, letting go of my subconscious. What was in my subconscious?
Yeah. Or reprogram it to something better.
Yes, you understand? Yeah, let go of them false beliefs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I think, that's when a lot of things changed for me, and that's what put me in the position that I'm in now.
What advice do you have for the people that they are afraid of failure and they let that to hold them back?
I would say failure is the process, just like breathing. If you want to grow and you want to change, you have to take chances.
You need to fail many times.
Yeah, it's just a must. Let's go back to school. And unless you were the born genius, there was no process that you didn't go through where you know all the answers.
True.
I mean, when you started school and you were doing your alphabets or you're doing your times table, you failed.
You mistake many times.
Yeah, until when you went and when you practice.
Yeah.
I think we all have forgotten that formula.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We've forgotten the formula of like, become different needs new ideas. It needs to be like, you've got to learn something new. You can't become something different being the same person that you are.
True.
You have to change, you have to learn things, you have to, even down to your circle.
Yeah.
Like the person I am now are not the same people that I was with 20 years ago.
Yeah.
My circle's totally different.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because how I think is not how I think before.
Yeah.
So for me to carry on or for me to grow, I have to be around people who think like-minded like me.
True.
So it's all about understanding that mistakes is a form of change.
Yeah.
And it's not. I don't see them as mistake. I see it as it's a growth concept.
Exactly, growth. Exactly.
It's got to be growth.
In this modern era now, it's actually fashionable to fail many times because you're gonna get more experience and you're gonna achieve your goal faster. It is normal. It's a normal process. But you see, people before they were shaming you or shaming other people for failing. Like, oh, you didn't succeed. At least I tried.
Yeah.
Well, at least I tried. At least I did something that you never did. You know?
Well, to say sometimes, a lot of people inflict their fears on you.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of like sometimes when we kind of grow up, it is a bit of a stigma not to try something new.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to be the black sheep.
Yeah.
It's
frowned upon.
Yeah, it's frowned upon.
Yeah.
So from a lot of times going backwards, we kind of have that concept of to try something new. It's kind of like a bit of like, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And it's kind of embedded in us, and it's sometimes we don't do it in a bad way. We do it unconsciously.
Yeah.
I said to my mum, I had my mum and my auntie, and I said to my mum and my auntie that I'm going to build some houses. I'm going to build some houses in Jamaica.
Sure. Nice.
And they started laughing at me. And to be honest, I took it to heart.
Yeah.
But
they don't know what you know.
we say, well, I also realised that you can't tell a big dream to small people.
Yeah, you can't. They will kill it.
You understand?
For you, yeah.
And the thing was, even though that was my mum and my auntie,
Yeah.
I've got to say that we come from different eras,
Exactly.
different generations.
Very different.
You understand?
Yeah.
Where now, my mom comes from a generation where they kind of have a concept where if you get a little job, be happy with that.
Yeah.
Where my concept is like, you get a job today, but tomorrow you can be the CEO.
Yeah, true. Or like before, our parents or the other generation, they will be like, if they will have a job for the rest of their life, they'll be happy. And
Yeah,
the pain is fulfillment. Yeah. They made that in life. But for us, it's not like that anymore. You have a job, tomorrow you might lose it. Or I say maybe you can become the CEO, but also like they say, if you do a lot of mistakes in your job, at one point you'll be fired. But if you do a lot of mistakes in your career or in something that you're trying to build, you're gonna become eventually an entrepreneur. You're gonna become successful.
Well,
you know, so that's when you do a lot of mistakes for yourself, you actually become better.
Of course.
But if you do a lot of mistakes for someone else at their job, you might end up fired.
Well, there is a saying. What they're saying is like they call you a madman until it works.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because if you look at anybody that's really and truly that we see as somebody to look up to, you know, how many times did they have to get it wrong before they got it right?
True.
It's
like Edison with the light bulb.
That's them. Yeah. So imagine if you would have given up. Right now, these lights. Probably still be in darkness.
Yeah.
So the concept of like, don't see mistakes as a bad thing. See mistake as a thing where, you know, you're one step closer to achieving whatever you're trying to achieve.
Exactly. It makes you closer. Each mistake, each fail,
of course,
you're just closer to your goal because you see at least what is not working.
Of course,
and you're gonna try something different. And at one point it will work.
Of course.
It's just a number game. It's a probability. At one point it will work.
Of course. I think for a lot of people, the reason why they probably years ago see things as a mistake because maybe then they didn't have a goal.
Yeah.
So because they didn't have a goal, they've seen it as, well, don't do that because it's the mistake. But the whole point of achieving something and building something is that there is a thing that you've got to go over, you've got to learn, you've got to see. And once you kind of understand this, you will see the difference in you as a person. And I think that's where we are.
How do you think can someone rebuild the trust after years of neglect or self-doubting themselves?
That's a good one. Absolutely a good one. I think that's what I was for a vast part of my life. Confidence, didn't believe in myself. I think it's about small wins.
Yeah.
Definitely small wins. You have to look at, now a small win could be spreading out your bed every morning.
Yeah.
That's a small win.
Yeah.
A small win could be speaking up.
Yeah.
I think I was a yes person. Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that my mouth was getting me into situations that I didn't want to be in.
True.
Because I didn't want to say no.
Yeah.
So having the confidence to say no sometimes, and I think your life is a point where you've got to say to yourself, right, I've got to look and see which parts of my life I need changing or which needs developing, which areas. Like I said, like for me, the area was my whole upbringing was not to believe that I could achieve anything.
Yeah, that's what we were taught, or not even taught, programmed into it without knowing.
Of course, So because of then, it's like, don't try nothing new.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me to overcome that was for me to look at small wins.
Yeah.
Like very minute wins. Like for example, all right, can I discipline myself to run every morning for a week?
Yeah, especially that helps you a lot.
You know what I mean? Just something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once I seen that I could do that, I said, okay, then right, can I now stretch that?
Yeah.
But you have to look at, for example, it's basically a stepping out of the comfort zone concept.
And basically, this small wins is also like doing what you said you're gonna do. Because sometimes people, you say, I'm gonna do that, you don't do it. You lose this with, you know.
Well, because it's all right. Look, there is some things that we do subconsciously. So like, for example, I will say, I don't like liars.
You don't like what?
Liars. I don't like but I lie to myself all the time.
No, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to lie to me, but I'm lying to myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
True.
So you've got to understand that there comes a time where you've now got to be truthful to yourself.
Yeah.
You've got to say to yourself, okay, then right, for me to even be in a point where I love myself, there is certain things that I've got to be truthful about myself.
Yeah,
And look at how I can start changing these things.
True. Like acknowledge the problem, because some people don't acknowledge, and a solution will not come to you if you don't think you have a problem. You will find solutions only when you realize you have the problem, or you admit. If you say, yeah, I'm depressed, okay, I need to be healthy, I need to go to gym, I need to meditate. Now the solution comes to you because you admit, okay, I feel like this. Or the same, like my relationship doesn't work. Okay, now I can try to repair it. If it's too late, it's too late. Or so on and so on, but you admit the problem. Or I don't like my job. Okay, now I can change it. But if you don't admit it and you are not true with yourself, I think no.
Well, that goes back to the analogy I said to you before about the dog that was laying on the porch on the nail.
Yeah.
It's like we tend to, as I say, put makeup on it.
Yeah.
We can deal with it out.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a band-aid.
Yeah, the pain's not that difficult enough. You understand? And then you wake up one morning, like you said, you're 20 more years in your life.
Yeah.
And then now you think, well, I can't be bothered now. I might as well just carry on living how I'm living.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think the concept is more than anything else, just looking at small wins.
Yeah.
Definitely looking at small, minute wins that way you can say to yourself, I'm feeling good about myself.
Yeah.
Because change comes when you feel good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, if you feel good about yourself, there is no limit to what you're going to do.
Yeah.
The minute you feel a bit down, just even probably leaving your house is going to be like a bit of a task.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you feel good and someone says to you, come on, let's go and do this, you're kind of ready to go.
Yeah.
But that basis on you and how you feel about yourself. So looking at small wins, small, minute wins every single day will build up the confidence, build up the self-esteem, and build up courage. Because once you have courage, that's when a different kind of window opens for you.
Do you think some people are afraid of success? And if this so, how can they overcome this?
Yeah, I do. Success means you got to change.
Yeah, exactly.
Success means that you no longer got to make excuses.
True. You can't procrastinate anymore.
Success means that even when you don't want to get out of bed and do things, you got to do things, And as crude as it sounds, success sometimes it is a hard road.
Yeah.
It's not an easy road. It's always taking the hard option rather than the easy option.
So delayed gratification.
You understand?
Yeah.
So success sometimes for a lot of people is why we sometimes sabotage our own greatness.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you said, putting things off.
Yeah.
Not doing them today.
Yeah.
Not having the good habits.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And basically how we can prevent this, I would say, is by saying to yourself, you're worth it.
Exactly. You can do it.
Because you like why would you not want the best for yourself?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, for example, if you have a child, you want the best for that child, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. If you have got true good friends, you want the best for them friends, don't you?
Sure. Yeah.
So why don't you want the same for yourself?
Yeah.
So that's the main ingredients is I want this for myself.
Yeah.
And that's when you got to turn it on its head. If I want these things on its side, you got to go backwards. If I want these things for myself, then I have to change certain habits to be able to get to where I want to get to.
Yeah.
And understanding that success is looking for a safe place.
Yeah.
So I have to change certain things about myself to be able to, where success now is just like me breathing.
Yeah.
It's no longer like a chore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, I run every morning now where it's no longer a chore.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't wait. I can't wait to run. Where before, like I said, I used to look for the window and think, I can see a bit of rain there.
Yeah.
Let's run tomorrow.
Yeah.
When I know that, when I run, I feel better.
True. All the time. So the time. So that's why even maybe some days that you don't feel like you have the discipline, you still do it, and that's why you feel amazing.
That's it. Yeah. So it's understanding that success comes in different shapes and forms. So what's successful for me might be different for you.
Yeah, for sure.
But the whole thing that behind success is discipline.
Yeah, exactly. Discipline.
I don't care whatever success you want. The main ingredients is to be disciplined.
True.
And it's got to be understanding that the habits that I have right now sometimes maybe need a little bit of tweaking.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I say to people is that sometimes it's not about stopping a habit. It's about replacing a habit.
Yeah.
Because if you stop that habit and you got nothing to do, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to go back to that habit.
Yeah, you're going to be... Comfort zone, don't do anything.
Close. And especially if you have like a bad day,
Yeah.
Never mind a bad week.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You have a bad day, but it's what happens, mate. Whatever habit you had,
Yeah.
you're gonna go back to that habit.
Yeah, yeah.
So the concept of success is understanding that you're worth it, for one.
Yeah.
And for two, understanding for you to be more successful, you got to be more disciplined, because there is nobody out here that's successful in every walk of life without having discipline behind it.
True, true.
So it's understanding that it's not motivation you need,
Yeah.
it's more discipline.
Discipline, and don't be afraid. I think the same I would say, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, because that's why you're afraid of success. Because you don't want to change.
Change your
like, like you're, I don't know, waking up and staying 1 hour with your coffee and scrolling, and you know, and after going to work, and you know, instead of maybe waking up 2 hours before, going to run and doing a shower, having a meditation. You see, this requires more. So that's why you're afraid of success, because it implies more for you.
Of course it is.
That's why you procrastinate as well, because you are afraid of success. Procrastination, I think, is when you're afraid of success. So don't, if you, that's why. So in order for you to not be afraid of success, stop procrastinating everything.
Well, exactly what you said. Procrastination is leading because we don't want to do these things.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's not normal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's normal to keep doing what we're doing. But doing what we're doing is only going to give us the same results that we've been getting previously.
Yeah.
We can't do what we're doing and expect to get new results. It's not going to work.
True.
So the concept of success is the concept, like you're saying, like it is sometimes a constant uphill struggle.
Yeah.
I remember, like I said to myself, mostly every start of the year, we all do this, don't we? We put out New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
And sometimes within about a month we fall off, don't we?
Yeah.
What I tend to do, I don't wait for the New Year.
You just
I wait for me every day.
good. Exactly. Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
And I do things that, like for example, I go in the shower, I do it warm for a bit, and then I do it cold.
Oh,
Right?
that's good. That's very good. Yeah.
So when I'm in the shower now, or before we get in the shower, you get that voice in your head, innit?
Yeah.
Like I got a very loud voice.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
again.
come on, bro. Like, come on, just to make it warm. You know, it's like why you know, like, I'm arguing with that voice.
Yeah.
I'm arguing with the voice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put, you know, for that, you're gonna get it longer. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Yeah. So that's the concept that I try and do with myself, because we all have them two voices.
Yeah, and we need to find the good one.
Of course, and when the voice sometimes, the one that's the loudest sometimes is not the one that we want to listen to, because that's the comfort one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one that wants to keep us how we've been for the last how many years.
True.
And if you want change, that voice has to be quietened.
Yeah.
It's the other one sometimes we don't listen to. It's even like on the way here, I'm driving here.
Yeah.
I'm at the Mancunian in their town, and I know how to get the button. I know how to go this way. Somehow I'm going this way. And I thought, why be listening to yourself going that way? You know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's that sometimes that split moment in time that we listen to that comfort voice rather than doing what we know we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because we all know what we're meant to do.
Yeah, but we somehow did this because we want the comfort. We don't want it now, the pain.
Of course.
Yeah.
Listen, change. We're all unique beings.
Yeah.
The path that's inside of us has already been written. How we are, it's already, it might matter as it sounds, you already know what you need to do.
Yeah, we just don't do anything.
Like, all right, when you're breathing, do you think about breathing?
No, it's just naturally.
How do you do that? There you go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the path is the same.
Yeah.
But we make it difficult because we've been bombarded with all these nice things.
Yeah, we've been soft and modern.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
So like I said, when I'm going for the cold shower in the morning, I'm like why? Outside's cold. Like, why are you going in the cold shower?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And automatically, my brain is telling me.
Taking you.
I said, no, just stay in the warm. Like, keep it warm. You know what I mean? And that automatically, even like the thing what I said to you before. Now, the reason why I always seem to go back to sometimes fitness, because I believe that fitness is a drug in a way. It's a good drug.
One. Exactly, it's the best.
You mean it's a good drug. I think when you do a little bit of fitness, it gives you the confidence, it gives you the self-esteem, it gives you the willpower, it gives you growth, it gives you all the things I think I need as ingredients.
Yeah, and plus if you are maybe feeling depressed or anxious, this will go when you exercise. When you exercise, it feels everything will go away. Your mental health will improve immediately.
So these are the things that I'm saying to people, that if you just do the things that you know you should do, sometimes in the longer run it's better off for you. But the more you fight it, the more you're making it harder to do the things that's right. It's like your brain is designed to do what's easiest.
True. Yeah. You keep it.
Yeah, of course. That's what your brain is designed. Your brain is designed to. So automatically, your brain is going to say to you, "Why do you want to get in the cold water? Why do you want to do this? Why?
Because he wants to keep you low energy.
Of course,
to be a consumer.
Get me saying?
Yeah.
So to be successful or to be great, it's a thing that you've got to realize that one that it belongs to you.
And don't take the easy route. No, fight a bit your brain out of the the easy choices.
The easy choices will always give you what you've been getting. And listen, and really and truly, a lot of us want more because we know we can achieve more.
Sure.
So if you know you can achieve more, that tells you that you're taking the easy way out all the time, rather than push yourself and taking a little bit of the hard road. As anything, at first it's hard. Eventually, you're kind of like fighting against it. And then after that, it comes a habit, where you don't even think about it no more. You just do it subconsciously.
How is sharing motivational content on TikTok going, and how is this affecting, like, I don't know, your journey or?
TikTok for me was like, I think it was like 5-6 years ago. I decided that I wanted to help 1 million people.
Oh.
That was my journey, was to help 1 million people in any way possible. And whether it's me talking, whether it's me doing fitness with people, whether it's me teaching somebody, it was to use myself as a tool. And TikTok, obviously, one that I've chosen probably more than any other social media platform to use as my tool. And it's mainly just to inspire people to understanding, for us to achieve anything, we have to realize that we do have everything that we need inside of us, and we are great people. As much as what we've been told in the past, we are great individual beings that can accomplish a massive, beautiful, magical things. It don't take far for you to look at somebody doing some spectacular thing, and you're no different. You understand? So I've used TikTok and continue using TikTok to talk. Because I think that
reach people.
Yes, I think that's my tool to get across to thousands of people, and it's mainly the same thing. It's to motivate you guys to tap into your greatness, because sometimes we tend to always be hard on ourselves, and we never really and truly tap into all we can be. Now I'm going to use this analogy again. There's another one for you. They say. This is from a guy called Les Brown. This is one of my motivational speakers I listen to. I will even say he's a mentor. He says, on your deathbed, all these dreams are standing around you. And the dreams say, we came to you, and only you could bring us alive. But now we have to die with you. And that basically means that that's what some of us do. We have all these dreams, but we don't act on them.
Yeah.
They say the most richest place in the world is a graveyard, because there is all the singers that didn't sing, there's all the actors that didn't act, there's all the ideas that didn't come alive. So do not be the person that dies with an idea, or because somebody says to you, you couldn't do it. So this is why this is what I've called myself the game changer. It's to change the game. It's to inspire people and motivate them to tap into their greatness and to see themselves as an individual that can change the world 1 minute at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 step at a time. We're not waiting for nobody. We're doing our little bit, and that's all you need to do. Just to do your little bit, and that's what the game changer is. The game changer is 100% just about inspiring you guys to look within yourself and say, okay, I can do more, and I can become more. And like I said before, I can be successful. If you want to be rich, I can be rich. All these things that you want to be, you can be, because let's look at it this way. We've not been born on this planet just to be mediocre people. I think each individual can do greatness. And like I said previously before, if you can look on any social media app and you will see somebody doing some spectacular thing. Why can't you be the same? All it is just hours at your craft, and you could be good at anything. And that's what I use the TikTok for, is to inspire and motivate people to find their greatness.
Cool. And you think it was a good tool for help, so far?
I think it is. I mean, like,
easy to use also, no?
I think definitely. Like I said, I've started off on Facebook. When I went to Instagram, And I think because I'm known in the community, I don't think sometimes a lot of people don't see the greatness in you.
Because they're used to it, you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes you kind of have to come out your community for people to
Sure.
see what.
Yeah,
see what
sometimes they say you need to leave behind sometimes the place you've been born maybe or the hometown because sometimes the people cannot see you. They see you for what you were. They cannot see you changing. And sometimes can keep you back that, So sometimes it's good when you are out of that environment, so you can be the new version of you. Not someone coming to you and say, I know you from 20 years ago. You're the same guy, and maybe you're not the same guy. I mean, some parts of you are the same, but you changed a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I think that.
So even like I say to people, sometimes you might have to reintroduce yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So like when someone say who I am, I says I'm Horace Jones, the Gamechanger millionaire.
Good.
I say, well, we call yourself a millionaire. Well, that's
who you are.
That's how I see myself.
Yeah.
So how you see me, that's how we.
Exactly. That's your problem.
You understand?
No.
So it's having that concept of like, you have to embrace who you think you are.
True.
And you've got to believe in yourself.
Exactly. So once you believe in yourself and you see yourself like that, they say usually it's a small delay. So in time, people will see it as well. But they'll not see it now. So if you go now, they will not see it. But if you wait and you keep this image of yourself and belief of yourself, at one point people will catch up and they'll be, okay, that's who he is. This is what he does.
You have to have choice.
You choose yourself because it's a slow progress. It's like when a tree is growing. It takes a while. So until it's not grown properly, people will not see it. But after that, they will be like, okay, this is a tree.
And now I'm getting fruit from it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I mean, like that's even like my kids, seem to the game changer. Like it's like it's I mean the kind of sales like you know what I mean, like it's nothing. You know what I mean? But at the same time, another child will see me as the game changer. They will see me as like a superhero. I'm like a superhero to that child. But to my own people, you think you are the game changer. You know what I mean? And it's sometimes they're the people that can bring you down because they're the closest people and they're the ones that should be cheering for you.
But sometimes it's not like this, unfortunately.
Well, because I know that. I don't really hold nothing against them.
No. Because
I continue doing what I'm doing, and sometimes when somebody just say like, thanks for that message. I feel good.
I
mean, they don't say I'm looking for it, but that does make me feel okay. Well, I'm doing something right.
Exactly.
Because I've helped that one person. I mean, that one person today has left this app. And they've gone on their day and they feel good. Now, there's another thing I believe in. It's called the ripple effect. Now, the ripple effect means basically sometimes you might not see the ripple. Like, for example, this thing that we're making, I might not see the ripple. But you started the ripple.
Exactly.
And sometimes that's what you need to do.
Exactly.
Because I also believe in that. Even though I've started this ripple now, I can't see it. Something good's going to come back to me.
For sure. You don't know when, but it will at one point.
So this is what I'm saying to you about the ripple effect. So when I'm out there doing what I'm doing, the ripple effect of doing what I'm doing has put me in this chair.
Exactly.
So this is what I'm saying to people sometimes. Don't look for short-term gratifications, and sometimes don't look for something to happen now. Just do what you're doing, and that's what I try and do on the app, is to carry on do what I'm doing, because I know every single day I'm helping somebody to see themselves in a different light, and that's what gives me that sense of I'm doing something right out here. I'm giving back. That's what I think I've been put on this planet for. So I will continue doing what I'm doing.
Can you explain to us what do you mean when you say helping people to trip into their dreams? What do you mean by that?
So before I came to the Game Changer, there was no sense of even looking at life as like I could become anything, or there is more to me than just going through the motions as most of us do. So when I sat down and I said to myself, okay, what is it that I want from life? Like what is it that's going to make me happy? And I kind of knew that some of the things that made everybody happy didn't make me happy. So for example, I'm a person that I don't even know cars. Like I drive cars, I don't even know them. Again, I don't know designer clothes, I don't know them. And I realized they're things that don't make me happy. Success means to me, like I was saying previously, is to sometimes make somebody else happy. To be able to help somebody to achieve something that they thought they could not achieve. That's my sense of happiness. So when I say tap into your greatness, it's basically now finding what you want, not what the mass wants. It's what do you want as an individual. And to find out what you want sometimes, it's about taking time out. Sometimes it's about even being by yourself. Because when you be by yourself, you can shut out the noise. So when I say things like it only takes a moment to change the game, it's about you understanding that moment might only happen when you take yourself away from the loudness. That's when I say find the time to find the time, it's finding the time to take yourself away from that loudness to find out who you really truly are. Because most of the time we're living a life for everybody else. We're not living our own lives. We're living to please everybody else. And this is a test that you can do. Imagine tomorrow morning you stop wearing name brand clothes. You just started buying normal clothes. Or you said, well, I'm not going out drinking anymore. I'm not going out smoking anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. And let's see how many friends you still have then. Let's see how many people start looking at you weird. So that tells me that maybe you was living most of your life to make everybody else happy rather than yourself happy. So when I say again, it only takes a moment, this is the things that we need to start tapping into. The moment that we really and truly start looking at what is it we want from life and how we see ourselves in life and what we're contributing to life. That's another thing, like what are you contributing to life? And these are the things that I believe that's going to make you happy. Happiness to me is not an outside things, embrace it. Yeah, if you have lots of money, I'm not saying lots of money can't make you happy, but if that's what you're looking for to make you happy, I think once you get the money, after a while, after you've had 10 cars, been on 50 holidays,
It's still emptiness.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if you can find happiness inside now you got money. Now it's the ceiling made it go up even sky high. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've got to look at starting inside.
Sure.
We've got to start changing inside. We've got to tweak inside. And it goes back down to, one, taking some time out. Come away from people. Going back to a city like Corona. In a way, I loved it.
Yeah.
Mainly because it gave me time.
Yeah, to think.
Yeah. It gave me time away from the hustle and bustle. Like on average day, I work 3 jobs sometimes. So when you go in job, you don't even think. You're just going through the motions. So sometimes you can stop and say, okay, then what is it that I really and truly want from life? Where do I see myself? Or where would I want to be in the next 6 months, 8 months? That's the moment that things change. And finding the time is for you to start realizing that I have to find the time, because that's one thing that I don't have a lot of is time. And that is one thing that I can't get back. They say you can make money all day long, but you can't make time back.
True.
So these are the things that I think we need to start focusing on.
How do you approach individuals that they say, I'm too old to change or to pursue another goal or dream? Well, what do you have to say for them?
I think that's another good question. I don't think you're ever too old. They say if you look at certain people, I think the guy that owns, is it KFC? Kentucky Fried Chicken. He made that business when I think he was 70. So again, I don't think things the age thing out here. I think it's a self-belief thing.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, I was awakened at 41, 42, I was awakened. Previously, before then, I was just going through the motions. My life is changing now for the better, and I'm coming up to my 47th birthday. Yeah. So my life now is I love it, and so for me, it's not a time thing. It's a mindset thing. It's a mindset thing to say, okay, then right, this is what I want, and I'm willing to put the work in. Because like I said previously before, and you might just be living for the mass. You might just be going through the motions. So an age is not a thing. And they say that sometimes life starts at 40. That's when your life really starts, because the rest of it is just for you to learn and experience and try things.
True.
You know, and if you look at, if it's money that you're seeking out here, most millionaires start at 50.
Yeah, that's average you.
Yeah, it's 50.
I heard that. Yeah,
It's 50.
That's the normal age.
Close to 50.
Yeah.
So when you see all these guys being millionaires at 20 odd, they're like flukes.
Yeah.
That's like winning the lottery.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't think that there is ever a time that you can start saying about I'm going to change who I am and I'm going to embrace the new version of myself. I think what you can do is not do it. that's the worst that you can do for yourself is to not embrace the new version of yourself, to say, oh, I'm too old.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I remember like my mum has that same concept. Oh, I'm too old now. Like I remember my mum, I had a conversation with my mum about 2 years ago. She's got diabetes and she's got high blood pressure. And I said, Mum, you need to change your food. I'm not changing my food. I've been eating like this now, and I'm too old now. So she already gave it up.
Yeah, exactly.
She's already defeated herself by saying, I'm too old.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what a lot of us do. We kind of put that barrier there. Oh, I'm too old, or I can't change.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You use that as an excuse.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's an excuse.
Of course it is. Because now, like I said, it goes more back down to like, you know, I have to change.
And it's hard to change, so you prefer to use that excuse. I see other people starting gym at 60, and by 70, they were in abs. They were doing like squats with weights, and I was like, it's amazing. So they started at 60. So what's your excuse? You know, like the same, like, so it doesn't matter. It's just an excuse.
It's a mindset, like.
Mindset, your mind is rigid. You like to say, this it is. That's it. No, that's a rigid mindset. You need to be elastic. Your mind needs to accept, okay, maybe it is a possibility. Okay, let me look into it. Okay, let me try it.
So for me, I have 3 mindsets that I work with. There's one called fixed mindset, change mindset, and growth mindset.
Yeah.
Now, when we understand that we can use our freedom in different times, that's when we start developing a different strategy. Now, a lot of us will have a fixed mindset in a way of like, I can't change.
Yeah. That's the worst. Yeah.
But a fixed mindset can also work where I want to do this. And I'm going to keep focused.
Yeah. Use it for your benefit. Yeah.
A change mindset, change it from here to change.
Yeah.
Never. That's wrong.
Yeah.
To say, okay, then this is not working.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change and do this.
Yeah. So it has good and bad both of the mindsets.
You got to learn how to use these to better manage. Okay. And a growth mindset is the ultimate one. The growth mindset is being able to know when to change and fix and go against.
Keep on.
You understand? Yeah. So once you understand these things, when age is not a thing anymore, it's about how you see things, how your own highs, and basically understanding that. For every change that I need to basically transfer myself into, it's going to take a part of me that needs to die.
True.
A part of me has to die.
Old habits that doesn't serve you. The bad ones needs to die, and the new ones
has to die. Because if not, like I said to you, but I am always going to go back to what I knew previously, because it's going back to comfort zone. Sometimes, like I said, the comfort zone that we have is the worst thing that we can have, because it keeps us stagnant.
And it keeps you from enjoying life. It keeps you from experiencing new things and many other things.
Of course it is, because again, it's kind of like it's like a safety net.
Yeah.
You know, I like I said previously, I worked at the airport for 19 years because it was safe.
It was safe, but you're not feeling like living, no?
Yeah, I hated every day.
You see? Yeah.
I woke up every morning and I hated it every day.
Yeah.
And I realized that the minute I made a change, I thought I waited 19 years to make a change.
Yeah.
Well, again, I also think, as crude as it sounds, I don't think I was ready for a change.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I don't think it was my time. Again, I can't put things when it comes to an age group. I just think when it's your time, it's your time.
You're going to feel it.
Yeah.
Divine timing.
You understand? So don't think, well, because I'm 50 now, that change that's coming to me, I've got to ignore it. I've got to embrace it.
Exactly, embrace it, yeah. What are the biggest challenges you faced when rebuilding your self-belief?
Good. I think the biggest challenge I faced was myself. I think more than anything else, the biggest challenge you're going to ever face in life is yourself.
Oh, yeah.
They say the best project you can work on is yourself. So it's yourself that's stopping you from becoming what you need to become. Because let's look at outside noise.
Yeah.
Someone's opinion is only an opinion. It's only an opinion.
True.
It's when you let that opinion now get to you in a way where you now believe that opinion. True. So the hardest thing that you've got to overcome is your own self-belief. You've got to believe that you can do it. If you can't believe that you can do, I don't care how many trainers you get, how many books you read, how many courses you go on, it starts with you. Once you can believe in it, then that there is the biggest hurdle. Then the training is great after that. because you're willing to undergo what you need to undergo. Let's look at any top athlete or any top artist or anybody that we look up to in the media kind of concept that's really doing something great. I'm not talking about these little people that's on YouTube. I'm talking about these real true athletes that's really and truly at the top of their game. It starts off with their belief.
True.
If you look at, I don't know, like let's say Ronaldinho, I don't know, let's make like a good football player. For that good football player to understand that from when he was a child, he knew that I like football and I'm going to kick that ball against the wall 1,000,000,000 times. Even when everyone else was probably like playing, he was still kicking that ball against the wall 1,000,000,000 times. The same like if you look at, I don't know, Tiger Woods, you look at Serena Williams, all these people that you see at the top of the game, they started off with their self-belief. Then the training helped, because they say talent's good, but without hard work, talent can only get you so far. But it's understanding that it starts off with you, yourself, because I kid you not, people will easily knock you off your pedestal. When somebody sees you doing something, the first thing they're going to say to you, "Oh, you can't do that." Mm-hmm. You go, "But what are you doing? You can't do that."
Yeah.
And if you're kind of weak,
you gotta take it to stop you.
yeah.
Like I have an example with this. I have a YouTube video that I done. It was in the first videos that I done, and I needed a bit of reassurance. Even though I know the video was good, I needed a bit of reassurance. And they say, never ask anyone, because for something that you want to do, if you feel like and you want, then just do it. Don't ask for this assurance. You know why? Because they will respond to you and they will affirm your, they will affirm your doubts. You know what I'm saying?
They add to it.
Yeah. So you when you do that, when I did that, I was expecting encouragement, and I received, "This is worse videos that you've done, and it doesn't make sense, and it doesn't have logic because this and this and actually that person replied to me with my worst fears and doubts. They added to that, and actually I kept that video for 2-3 months until I had the courage to post it, because I was afraid, because I had such a bad review from it and I was not expecting it. Well, that person didn't mean bad, but they say this is how it works, because the universe tests you. He wants to say, can you conquer your fears? Can you conquer your fears? Do you trust yourself? Do you have that belief in yourself? You don't need to ask that person. So when the moment I asked that person, believe me, I have a review like 3 pages. I was reading. I was like, isn't that bad? I was like, I gotta quit YouTube. But that person didn't mean bad. But she, from her point of view, that's how she seen it. And she when she did me that long review, she was thinking she's helping me, because she reviewed me like sentence by sentence, and I was like, there's so many things. But it's not good to.
You're right. I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, like, people do add to your fear.
It's not right. They don't do it on purpose.
No, it's not. It's not.
That's what they think.
I mean, I said to you before about I told my mum and my sister about I want to build some house in Jamaica, and they laughed at me. First man, he says, "What? Have you won the lottery?" You know what I mean? And they laughed at me. And I went home and I was like thinking, like, I'm thinking that's my auntie, my mum. Out of anybody else in the world, they should be my cheerleaders. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, the first thing I understood, that I've told a big dream to small.
Exactly. They don't believe it's possible.
You know, because they can't do it.
If you will say this to a millionaire or to an entrepreneur,
they go, of course you can. They're like, they give you ideas.
Maybe you say, I have a friend that will do it.
You understand? So this is what the concept where you got to understand that your self-belief has to be bulletproof.
Exactly.
Because I kid you not, they say you have to get 10 no before you get 1 yes. You get me? And people will say to you no rather than yes, because you got to understand, a lot of people are not doing things for themselves.
So that's why they don't know what to advise. They advise you with not good advice.
Just like you said before, why am I going to ask somebody advice that's not doing what I want to do?
Exactly.
Like, for example, I want to do this now. You know what you're doing, so I'm going to ask you advice. I'm not going to ask somebody that's not doing it.
Exactly. Because they'll be like, it's not why you do that.
So, straight away, you've got to understand, be careful who you're asking advice for.
Exactly.
You understand?
It's a very good lesson,
But the next thing you got to understand is that, first of all, once you decide what you want to do not let nobody tell you that you can't do it.
True.
I don't ask approval of nobody.
You shouldn't.
If I wake up in the morning and I want to fly a plane, I'm going to fly a plane. The only person I'm going to ask is someone that can fly a plane. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm never going to ask you. I'm going to do it. Because like I said to you, like, I have done things, like even like the youth club. I've been running this. February is going to be a year I've run this youth club in the community. First of all, my own boss said to me, "Why do you want a youth club? It's not profitable. Like, why do you want to do that?"
for the rewards, for the
But because we think differently, he's thinking money.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking community.
Exactly.
He's thinking, why are you doing that? Because it's gonna do it. I'm thinking about, I'm getting kids off the streets.
True.
So our persona of what the thing is totally different.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're always gonna see things differently.
Exactly.
Now, if I want to start a business now into making a school, then I'll go to him because he's got two schools.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
But to do a youth club in a community, you understand? It's a different concept.
Yeah.
So these are the things that we've got to understand. Is what you have sometimes is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
You see, you're telling you.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a very good-
Do you understand? Because they're the ones that basically, because they're not doing themselves, or they think it can't be done, they're going to say X, Y, to me.
Exactly. They'll put it from their point of view, it's not possible or it's not worth it. Or who knows? And you're like disappointed because you expect the encouragement, but they will like give you because, how you say, they do something different.
The concept of it's only like 1 in a million people that has a father or mother that encourages them.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like 1 in a million.
Yeah, I get
This is why you only get like certain people that are really and truly at the high side.
Yeah.
Because their mums and dads will say, okay, do you
can do anything. Yeah.
Do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bring you there.
Yeah.
I'll bring you there every day. I'll bring you there.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
but yeah, or this encouragement, like back to Edison again. I don't know if you know the story with Edison. So when he was fourth grade, the teacher realized he has like how to say learning difficulties. And he make a letter and give it to him, but he couldn't read even he was fourth grade or something. And they sent him back to his mother, and his mother was reading the letter and says, "Your son has bad learning difficulties. He'll never make it in life. He is not good. Like he don't send him back to school. There's no point." And his mother, you know what she said? Because he was reading and he was there, and his mother was like, "Oh, your son is the best son in the world. He's such an amazing. He got achieve great things, and he achieved
great.
electricity, like the blind ball go things,
Mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
Mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
Because again, like I said, for that child, if that child would have felt like
If his mother would be like, "Oh, this is stupid."
Straight away would have killed it. I would have had it. So the concept is, even though most of us have had that, and now we're adults, and that's why we're
fighting out of
or we have to ask for somebody's approval, because that's what I was doing. Like when I was with married. I was asking my wife for her approval.
Yeah, and it's not good because she doesn't know where you wanted to go.
You understand? And because she was not a risk taker. First thing she would say is that it won't work.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
her mind was wired different.
You get me? Because her whole mindset was to get a job and get a pension.
Yeah.
That was her lifestyle. Get a job and get a pension. So anything else outside that realm didn't make no sense.
I know.
You get me?
That's why it's good to listen to your gut and just do your own thing. Even as when you are in the family, it's like sometimes it's better to just do your own stuff. Don't listen to the wife, but in a good way. Of course, like don't do bullshit. Like don't listen to the wife and go into bad things. But when it's about these things, no, just follow it.
What I say to myself now is that if I'm with you or not, I've still got my own destiny.
Exactly.
It's when we forget our destiny. And focus on your destiny. So, for example, when I had my kids and I was living with my kids and I was with I was with my wife, my whole life was for them.
They just that.
I didn't have a life.
There
was no me. My life was go to work, pick them up, bam, bam, bam. That was it. There was no me.
I get it.
I was last.
I know. And you should be first, because if your cup is overfilling,
you get me?
It drips into the cups as well.
There you go.
But if your cup is empty, you can't give to them either.
There you go. So again, it took me a long time to understand that. So the concept is, if you have a dream, if you have a thought, you have to embrace it yourself. You have to go on that journey yourself. And sometimes it's about even keeping it quiet. It's about keeping it quiet. You might have got to keep it quiet until things start popping off. When you start saying, I'm doing this. That's true. I mean,
that's very true.
Because like you said, if your mind's not strong, and
people don't put you off.
I mean, like they can. I mean, like, all right. When I started the Gamechanger, it was in Corona times, and I had a friend of mine that was trying to build a company, like it's a CIC charity. So first of all, he said to me, "Oh, it's a charity, there's lots of work and there's a lot of paperwork and you can't do a charity and it's hard work and
too many
problems already." It persuaded me not to do it. So I left it for about 7 months, And I said again, I asked another friend again, I said, "You've got CIC on your hand, isn't it? Oh, it's pure work and it's private."
And you put you back,
I put me back again. And then it was one day and I decided to myself, I said, you know what, how is it impossible when everyone else is doing it?
Exactly.
You get me? And I realize that sometimes some people don't want you to shine.
Either they don't want to shine or they really believe that.
Yeah. And I thought to myself, if you're doing it,
Yeah.
why are you telling me it's hard?
Yeah, exactly.
What you should be saying is that, Horace, all right.
It is hard, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, and let me show you.
help you.
You understand?
Yeah.
And that's when I realized that sometimes you have to come over here by yourself
Yeah.
and do it yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, once it's going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or sometimes, again, it's not about not telling people, it's who you're telling.
Exactly, yeah.
That's the bit. Just like you said before, if I'd have told Elon Musk about my idea, you'd have thought, okay. You know what I'm saying? But you tell somebody else,
Yeah.
that was, that's a rubbish idea. It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
So definitely, man, definitely.
That's cool. How do you keep yourself motivated in the difficult days?
Yeah, another good question. I think how I keep myself motivated is my why.
Yeah.
I think everything that keeps you above water is why you're doing things.
Yes.
Like you know, like why you're on this journey.
Yeah.
And I think it's my why sometimes that like I said in the morning when it's raining, like why you're running it's raining.
Yeah.
It's the why. I have 4 bucket things I call bucket things. One's well-being, one's relationship. The other one is family, and the other one is let's say money.
Yeah.
So them 4 things I try and focus on all the time.
Good.
So if it's not about them 4 things, I try and stay away from it.
Maybe that's good. You know, they say that's the definition of the focus. The definition of the focus is not how many things you can focus on, is how many things you can say no to.
Yeah, of course.
And the ones that remains are the focus.
Yeah. So before that, a long time ago, I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. I did not understand what you said then.
Yeah.
But now I understand that. I say to myself, okay, then right, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because, like, for example, I remember a couple of years ago, I went into a shop with my son, and my son asked for a magazine. Now, I think I had about a couple of quid in my pocket, but I didn't have enough for the magazine. So I said to my son, that magazine's rubbish, put it back down. But the truth was, I couldn't afford the magazine.
That's
Do you know what I mean?
It's painful for him.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I didn't want to tell him that.
Yeah.
And I could see the disheartening on his face.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Of even not having that magazine.
Wow.
So from that day on, I realised that my why has to be, my son has to be something that in reason.
Yeah. You should be able to provide.
You understand?
Yeah.
That was the next thing. Again, obviously, like let's say my well-being, my health, or my mindset. Why is it that I'm trying to be on a level where, do you know what, I'm not irrational when it comes to somebody that's upset me, or I'm just not thinking about what I'm doing. It's understanding that, okay, then if I want a better life, the whole me has to die.
Yeah.
The old me has to die to allow the new me to come out.
Exactly.
And that's my why again, for me to search for a greater version of myself.
Yeah.
Because the old me wasn't working.
True. Or let's say for health, for example, for maybe other people, the way you need to think of it is like you need to work out and start no matter your age. Imagine when you're going to have grandkids and things, you want to run and lift them up. If you're 70, 80, you need to want to be sure.
Yeah.
So that's a good reason that's a good why.
Yeah. But this way, so everything I try and do, I put a why to it.
Yeah, because
there is days that you can't be bothered.
Yeah.
There is days that you just can't be asked doing what needs to be done.
True.
You can't be bothered.
Yeah, I know.
So it's the why that keeps me focused.
Gives you power.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there's days I fall off.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Well, it's the why. It's the why that makes me think you got to get back on this.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's understanding that your why has to be so powerful that the emotions that you have behind it keeps you on the right path. Because everything is boiled on emotions.
Yeah.
Everything's emotions.
Sure, yeah.
Like you say, if you don't feel like it today, it's an emotion.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
It's an emotion.
Yeah. So you need to rely on your why and your discipline.
You understand?
Yeah.
To keep me going.
Yeah.
Because like I said, there is days, like I said, there's things that happen in life.
Yeah,
I mean, there's things that happen in life that keeps up and down, and sometimes, you know, we don't feel like how we felt 2 days ago, and it's okay then, right? I'm going to give myself this little downtime.
Yeah.
But how long am I going to give myself this downtime?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I guess.
Like they say, the pity potty.
Yeah.
How long are you going to sit on that pity party of feeling sorry for yourself?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Something's happened, dramatic.
Yeah.
It all happens to us. How long are you going to sit there?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the why that makes you get off that party.
Yeah,
It makes the
yeah.
why that makes you think, I need to do this.
Yeah.
I need to do that. I need to keep this going.
Yeah.
And more than anything else, it's my why that's transformed my life into how it is today.
That's good, yeah. That's very good, yeah. Many people don't have whys, but it's a strong why will give you power to achieve anything.
Of course it is. I mean, the why, everything is based on emotions.
Yeah, yeah.
Life is based on emotions.
Yeah.
And that's why I say this is why motivation doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because motivation is based on emotions.
Yeah, so sometimes you feel...
If I feel good,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this.
yeah.
If I feel sad, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
If I feel annoyed,
Yeah.
angry, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So emotion is built on feelings.
Yeah.
Where your why, it takes feelings out.
Yeah, yeah. It
I mean,
help you to overcome
you understand?
feelings, yeah.
Because your why is saying to you, the reason why I'm doing this is because of this.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once you have that in your head, it means that, like I said, them dark, damp days, you will find the energy inside to do what needs to be done.
Yeah, how do you use setbacks and failures as opportunity for growth?
Good one again. So setbacks and failures.
What was this?
For me, setback is just a procedure.
Right.
They say years ago, impossible was something that you could see as a kid. It could never happen.
Yeah.
To me, now, impossible means motives.
Yeah.
That's what impossible means to me now.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do this, but if I practice in a couple of months, I can do it.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
So I see setbacks as a thing of like, it's a time frame.
Yeah, time frame. Right now.
I mean, it's a time frame, and like understanding, like, again, going back to the why.
Or sometimes it can be a big redirection as well.
Of course it is. I mean, of course.
Or sometimes if it doesn't work out and it looks like a setback, it will also mean not give up, but try this part.
Of course, yeah. Also, like I said before, like we talked about a blessing. It's not your timing.
Yeah.
It's not your timing.
You're right. Yeah, you need to learn more things.
Yeah. It's not your timing.
Yeah.
So, the thing about this journey of life is that when you start tapping into things on a bigger scale, you start looking at things differently.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You don't look at things as the word we use anymore.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they say words are spells.
Yeah, I know.
So when we say these words, sometimes we ourselves take them more than what they should be.
Yeah, true.
So if something's not working out now,
Yeah.
maybe I need to take a break.
Yeah, just, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, not give up. Not give up.
We need to break.
Yeah.
You get me?
See it with fresh eyes.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Maybe you need a bit of rest. Take one day rest. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Rest sometimes when you're working all the time. It's okay one day.
Of course. So now it's about seeing things differently now.
Yeah.
So it's not about seeing things how we've been taught to see them.
Yeah. So the way you deal with setbacks, you don't see them as
No, I don't see them as setback. Like I said, I don't see
or failures.
No, I don't see them things anymore because, like I said, there is nobody out here that's successful or doing things in a great concept that didn't face the things that I'm going through now.
True.
And also, like I was saying to you before, like, for me to becoming the person I want to becoming, it can't be an easy journey.
Yeah, yes.
Because if it was an easy journey, what stories would I have to tell you?
If it was easy, everyone will do it.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, but even the journey.
Yeah.
If I want to be an inspirational, motivational speaker,
You need to have to been through some things.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't just think about
if my life was all nice, you know what I mean, good. Like we'll be like two conversations.
Yeah.
After two conversations, like, well, me all life's a bit boring, isn't it? Come on, you know. So the concept of setbacks or things not going according to plan, that's the journey.
Yeah, exactly.
They say sometimes, it's not the destination.
Yeah, it's the journey.
It's the journey.
I realized this also. I mean, I knew this line since, let's say, 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
But I only understood it this year, and I started applying it in the sense that I'm enjoying the journey, because before I put all my heart into it, and when it was not working, I was feeling disappointed, and I was almost feeling like, why am I doing it? And now I realize that this is the nice part. This when I'm trying this and it doesn't work, and I'm enjoying it now, and I'm like waiting to do it again and again and again. But before that, I knew this line, but I couldn't understand it. But now I understand. I need to enjoy even this.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, this is the whole thing. Like when we start turning things on its head.
Yeah.
then things seem differently.
Yeah.
It's when we take things as face value.
Yeah.
That's when we get that's when the confusion happens. We're thinking, oh, you know, no one's opening the door for me.
Yeah.
I've knocked 10 doors.
Yeah.
I've not had one yes.
Yeah, you didn't knock on one out.
Yeah. So when you look at things like that now, you start realizing, like you said, well, I've only knocked 10 doors.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a million more to knock. You know? I mean, now it's joyful now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not so as much as like deciding anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you now realize that, well, you know, there was another set of doors on the other street.
Exactly. You need to put walls. Yeah.
And this is before I came here.
Yeah.
I was thinking about like how I'm gonna do this Christmas dinner. How is it gonna work and how I'm gonna do it by and by just putting things out there and letting things happen.
Yeah.
Someone's phoned me and said, okay, yeah, we can donate this, we
Yeah.
can do this, we can do that, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And it's just understanding like, they say, put it out to the universe.
Yeah, you need to look at it.
And don't question how
Exactly. Don't worry how it.
Yeah.
You just do your things to your best your abilities. So it doesn't mean put it to the universe and just wait for it.
Sit back. I'm not going to say, oh, like this.
Yeah, and
What do you know? I'm going to hope that everything happens to me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's a lot more like that. But I said, if you put it to the universe and you do your best abilities each day, at one point it will happen.
Absolutely.
By itself.
Yeah. And I think that's the formula again that a lot of us didn't understand in previously.
Yeah.
Like, I want this, but we're not looking to put anything. It's like, so I'm going to bake a cake,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to put nothing in that bowl.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hope.
Yeah.
And by faith,
Yeah.
the cake's just going to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not understanding that I've got to have to get the flour.
Yeah.
And I have to get the yeast.
And you need to mix.
I need to get the colouring. I need to get that. Then I need an oven.
Yeah, you need to bake it.
You get me?
Yeah.
I mean, the oven does this trick in it.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
oven is the one that brings it to life.
It's true. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
This is the same concept.
Yeah.
When you understand that concept, again, things automatically change again.
Yeah.
Because you're now understanding the process that I have to go through to basically develop into or what I want.
Yeah.
And that there understanding, that is the journey.
True.
When the cake bakes and you eat the cake, you know, it wasn't that. It was what you put in it.
Yeah. True.
To make it taste nice.
True.
It wasn't the oven. The oven finished it off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What is the things?
The preparation.
You understand?
Yeah.
That made the cake come out beautiful like this.
Those 2 hours of preparation, making it before cooking it. Yeah. Cool.
See, like this, when you finish doing what you're doing and it's finished, people are not going to see the lights came off, this, that was the...
Yeah, they don't know the process. They see just already.
Nice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is it, man, absolutely.
Yeah. What advice would you give to people with low self-confidence into start taking, I don't know, the first steps?
I'd say to build up your confidence is to take risks.
Yeah.
Take risks. You have to take risk. Again, the reason why you're probably lacking confidence is because you've never took any risk. You've just
Comfort all the time.
Yeah, you just lived your life, taking the easy route, the most stress-free route, the most comfortable route, and that sometimes keeps us backwards. It doesn't excel us into or catapult us into the direction that sometimes we want to go in. So one of the major things that I do, I take risks. It's calculated risk, don't get me wrong, it's just calculated, it's planned, it's calculated, but it's risks. You have to take risks because if not, if you don't try any things, then how are you going to build up to know that you can do things?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to try something to say, okay, I can do this, or maybe I need more practice. You know, it's like, if I say to you, get down and do me 100 press-ups, you may not can't do 100 press-ups now, but through the whole day, you might do 10 now, 10 in another hour, 10 in another hour, 10 in another hour. And that's how you got to do things. You got to do things in small micro bites, but at the same time, it's all about stepping out the comfort zone and trying new things. That's the only way you're going to build something that you don't have. Because confidence is a thing that it can be built and it can get stronger. And what they say, the more confident you are now, the more you're willing to take more risk and try more things. So the biggest thing I could say to you is that you have to be a risk taker. If not, there is no growth in being in the comfort zone. Zero.
Can you share a breakthrough moment from your work with someone that doubted themselves?
So, the Gamechanger is a CIC charity, and I have a few people on board. And most people that I have on board are people that don't believe in themselves. And I've made him, or I've showed him how to use the Game Changer as a form of leverage to put themselves out there. Because without the name, sometimes a lot of people don't see the value in themselves. So let me break it down for you. So I have a person that does most of my paperwork for me behind the scenes. And when I say to some people, or mainly this person, listen, the world needs to know who you are. And what I've seen from this person is that most of her life she was always being told that she can't do anything. She hasn't got what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm now saying to her that the Game Changer now is an established company where you can now use that when you go into anywhere. That company is behind you, so you're no longer by yourself.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest thing sometimes is to have people behind you.
Yeah.
Some good people behind you.
Backing you up,
know what I mean?
supporting you.
Yeah. And I think once you can have that, then like I said, then it's easier for you to now start believing in yourself. It's easier for you to stop doubting yourself.
Yeah.
Because doubt is a thing that's already in us.
Yeah.
And I think over the journey of life, you could have increased it.
Yeah.
Where you could be the best singer in the world, but because someone said to you can't sing, no one's gonna hear your voice.
Yeah.
So now you've got to find somebody that can give you that confidence to say, okay, listen, I believe in you.
Yeah.
And I've heard how you sing. You're singing beautiful.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I've been obviously coached you to now get that out of you.
So basically encouraging them, supporting them, and dismantling their doubts, their beliefs, their
belief system. Yeah. So again, like, you know, and that's another thing what the Game Changer is based on, is to work with people who have ideas but don't believe in themselves to even recruit the idea. So one of the things that I'm trying to create is to eventually have money that if you have an idea, I can invest in that idea.
Yeah.
You know, I can give you the capital.
Yeah.
And I can give you the people that can help you to put yourself out there on a screen or on a platform that can give you the leverage that you need.
Yeah.
And again, that's what the Game Changer is based on.
Cool.
Is just to help people to, again, tap into their greatness in any way, shape, or form.
And how do you approach teaching confidence for students with SEN?
SEN needs.
Yes.
So, one of the major ways that I try and help young people who have SEN needs, which is special education needs, I also believe in that adults also are in this situation. I was a late learner. I learned to read at the age of, I think I was 19. That's when I learned to read. I learned at 19. All through my childhood, because my life was so chaotic. Being in school, I was more focused on probably food rather than education. And even when I left school again, going college, again, my mind was all over the place. Like, I was never in a place where I was ready to learn. And it took me to be out of certain environments for my brain to learn. So what I try and do with young people or even adults who have special education needs is to first of all find out what they like, and use what they like in a way to teach them how to learn. So I don't know, let's say for example you like the gym. Okay, how can I use the gym now to teach you to learn? So now we can talk about the human body parts. Teach you about the part, teach you about how they move, teach you how, you know, we could even do maths with even like how many reps we do it.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
So one of the major things I try and do is to first of all find out what that person likes and use that, and also understand that we're all built different.
Yeah, true.
You know, like not
What works for someone because for
like for example, like to say, I think there is 4 learning styles. I think there's 4 or 3 learning styles. Now, there was an analogy where they got like a monkey, they got a fish, they got a dinosaur, and they got a human being. And the teacher was trying to teach them
how to climb a tree.
You know the same thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can understand because the 4 different animals, they learn different.
Yeah.
And that's what we are human beings sometimes, that sometimes one way of teaching children
is
not working. So for example, me, when I was at school and the person was on the board, that's not how I learned.
Yeah.
How I learn I learn by watching you.
Yeah, I mean,
so if you do something in front of me, I learn how to do it.
Yeah.
If you put it on a piece of paper and I'm reading it, I got to read it about 10 times.
Yeah.
And even then I read it 10 times, it seems to know sus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we all have learning different styles.
Yeah.
And a lot of SEN kids that the learning style in the classroom is not the best style for them.
Sure.
They're mostly hands-on people.
Cool.
You know?
Yeah.
So sometimes you got to teach them or find a different method or way to teach them.
Yeah.
And I think it's same as even as adults, a lot of us that might find ourselves in a situation where we're thinking, how is it that I can't learn or I can't read as fast as that person?
Yeah.
Like for example, for me, I can watch like videos on TikTok and learn quicker. From reading the book.
I have the same. Yeah.
Oh, do you know what I mean? And it's like some people say, "Oh, can you watch do it?" Because I learn rapid, like I learn quicker that way.
True, me the same. Or like sometimes I feel like I'm learning from a book as well. But for example, I'm a slow reader, so it takes me very long to read a book.
Yeah,
so I need like 10 pages take me half an hour. So I'm like, and I know I still do it like this, but it's like the same. Like when I see a video, it's quicker, faster. And I also enjoy the books, but it's like longer.
Of course. So for me, like I know I learn quicker on videos. So for example, like I could watch videos. And I enjoy watching the videos, and I just watch videos, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
But I also only watch videos in a certain topic that I want to learn about.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to watch a video for
exactly.
a video.
So don't waste the time. Yeah.
So like for example, let's say I want to learn about finance, I would only watch videos on finance.
Yeah.
And I would learn how to invest my money.
Yeah, good.
Because if you gave me a book on how to read how to invest your money, now I'm like, well, I'm just going to get bored. From when I heard two big words, I don't understand. I don't even understand them words.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's the same how you got to look at children with special education is that first of all you got to break it down.
Yeah, true.
And the next thing you got to find out how's that child learn. You know what I mean? Like I've had kids that classes they got ADHD and they got certain things, and we're doing plastering, teach them how to do plastering, and I've just done it once for that kid. 5 minutes later, that kid can plaster better than me. I'm thinking, I can't teach this kid anymore now. I'm thinking, this kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But maybe in school, that kid can't help.
Yeah, I get it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Showing that kid to do something with their hands.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just different styles of learning.
True.
Like growing up, as a child, most of the girls only used to go out with date guys who had cars.
Yeah. I think it's today the same.
So
that's not the girls that you want.
I think it's the concept of like we've been brainwashed in a certain way, aren't we?
Yeah. That it needs to be like this. Of course. People needs to like you, and everyone needs to approve you.
Of course, yeah. So for example, I have certain old-fashioned qualities about myself. Right?
Yeah.
So for example, if I was dating a lady, I would find it more attractive if she said, "Come on, let me cook you some dinner."
Of course.
Rather than we go out for a meal.
Even now, I feel like,
You know what I mean?
attractive for me.
Because I think going out for a meal is easy.
Yeah, it's easy.
For you to cook something, that took time.
It shows the interest.
You know what I mean? It took so much stuff. I mean, now you've cooked the meal, you're gonna think, oh, is he gonna like it? And I mean, that to me is more precious.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So when I look at things like that's how things I value.
Yeah.
But I think now in today's life, that's frowned upon.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you're a cheapskate if you can't bring me out for a dinner. Rather than thinking about, let's look at cooking some food and let's sit down and let's talk. You know what I mean? Like one of the things that I said from I think it must have been about 2 years ago or even a while back. I says, if I want to go on a date with somebody, we're going for a walk.
Yeah. I mean, me, the same.
We're going for a walk.
Yeah,
We're going inside.
Yeah.
There's no loud music.
Yeah.
There's no like doing yourself up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to see what you like. You know what I mean? I'm going to see what conversations you got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if we're on a country walk for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Let me see what you've got to say in them 2 hours. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So again. But I also believe not everybody's qualities are my qualities. And that's not me disrespecting anybody else's qualities.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that the old qualities that I think were the best qualities are no longer seamless qualities anymore. I think these things of like, you got to bring the person out to the best restaurant. You got to drive.
So people look for this external validation, like the restaurant, the car, instead of looking for this. Let's go for a walk. Let me cook you something. Let's speak to see if we have compatibility. They replace that good things with this external validation. That is not helping you anyway.
No. Going back to what we said before, previously we started, like sometimes we wish we knew what we knew. You're on. So for example, I was married for a very long time, and when I look at my marriage, not disrespecting the marriage, we got together for the wrong reasons.
I get you. Yeah.
And I feel as if like when we got down the road, we realized that we don't have nothing in common.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And then kids come along.
Yeah.
And then what you have in common is your kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then another kid comes along.
Yeah.
And then
You're sunk into the.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, maybe if we'd have sat down and had a conversation, or you went for a walk, you realise that we've not really got much in common apart from you've got a nice chest, you might have a nice bottom or whatever, but there's nothing in common.
True.
I mean, sometimes that's what keeps the relationship going.
Yeah.
If I have nothing in common.
So we're having a similar mindset. Of
course it is.
Not exactly the same, but similar.
Yeah.
And I think also putting a common goal that both agrees on.
Of course, absolutely.
And I think another one is that I realized as well, because this happened to me as well with past relationship. I went for the wrong reason, in the sense we're not compatible with just sexual attraction.
Of course, you know, nice.
Yeah. And I realized another good thing that is good both of you to have also your independent hobbies or passions, because you're getting together. It's nice that 1 year, but after 2 years,
of course.
If you don't have hobbies, even if you're a man or a woman, you got the other partner will be the center of your world, and that person will have enough of you. That's why it's good to, how you said, have this conversation, have similar mindset, have also a common goal if you can, and beside that, everyone to have individual things as well for hobbies. I mean, hobbies because that's how we prevent arguments from happening. For example, if when we are at home and you are busy, you're going to gym, I'm going to gym, you have painting, you do your paintings, and I'm doing my podcast. Less problems.
Also, again, you're not under each other's feet all the time.
And if you have that common goal, you can work towards that.
Of course,
just that. Of course, not everything like.
And I think most looking back, I didn't do that. I think what I did was like, she's got a nice face. And that was it. But like I said, after about like a couple of months, you realise that there is nothing. There's nothing tangible.
Yeah, it's not compatibility.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's when you look at. This is why a lot of relationships. That's what I think anyway.
That's right.
A lot of relationships end because you've got together for the wrong reason. Like I remember one time I said this to I was doing a live. About a year ago. I was doing a live on TikTok and I said to the ladies that relation to me is like a business plan. It's like business plan. Well, where's the emotions? Where's it?
They operate different.
And I said, okay, let me break it down for you. I says, if you start a business, do you start a business for it to fail?
No.
She's like, oh, no. I said, well, okay then. So if you start a business, want it to succeed. If you went into a relationship in the same way, you know what I'm saying? Then you look at things differently, don't you? So when you start a business, you have plans, don't you? You put things in motion. Right? We don't do that in relationships.
You don't have a plan, we don't have a vision.
You don't have you get together, this and that. It's like, I remember one time I went on a date and I said to a lady, I says, where do you see yourself in 5 years? She couldn't answer the question. So, because where am I in my life? This was not disrespecting her. Where in my life, I'm thinking, I don't think we're not compatible.
Because you don't have time. You just go by the feelings.
That's what I'm saying.
And again, get split up in 2 years or 3 years or whatever. Exactly.
If that's going to be the situation, well, let's just keep it what it is then.
Exactly. Don't get deep.
Let's keep it what it is then.
Exactly.
Because that tells me that you've not got a plan. So if you've not got a plan, I'm not going to let you sidetrack my plan.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Very good mindset.
Because I realize that, like I said, time is something that we don't get back.
We don't.
You get me? And if I'm allowing you to sidetrack me off my plan, that could take me another 2, 4, 5 years into my destination. True. Do you get me? And we all know that relationships are based on emotions. So if I'm working on like my podcast or whatever, you're saying to me, oh, you're always doing this, you're always doing that, you're always
but now
I feel obliged not to do it.
Exactly. And
I mean, you have to.
Exactly.
So I'm not. So whenever I'm gonna get annoyed now because I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
You don't do what you like. You're passionate. Exactly.
So this is what I'm saying to you. When I said to her, relation to me is like a business plan. I mean, after like, 20 minutes talking, she could kind of see what I'm saying, but I've had to explain it.
Yeah, I know.
You get me?
I know.
So, not saying that was a wrong thing, but I'm thinking straight away, we're not compatible.
Yeah.
If I've got to explain,
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
it means that every now and then I'm going to have to keep explaining to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because your emotions are going to kick in.
Yeah,
every
true.
time that something comes up, you know what I mean?
True.
So, when you look at things as a business plan, or look at things like in that kind of concept,
Yeah.
it means that straight away you're looking at, do we have things in common?
Yeah.
You're looking at basically how we are as a couple,
Yeah.
how we are as an individual.
Yeah.
What, these things, I mean, it's like sometimes when I can honestly say that maybe out of my 4 kids, maybe probably 2 of them are planned. The rest of the 2 was accident.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you got to think, how many kids are accident? How many babies are accident?
What do you mean?
Like, for example, I meet you,
Yeah.
we go on a date, this and that.
Yeah,
the baby,
probably
bam.
many.
So it wasn't planned, was it? It wasn't, it wasn't where we sat down and think about, right,
If you think about it, this will not happen.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You think, oh, okay,
yeah.
well, let's,
Yeah.
let's have a baby.
I get you now. Yeah.
We've got like,
Or let's work 2 years.
You get it,
Let's
yeah.
invest in that.
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Let's move in the other country, maybe.
all right, you know what I'm saying?
saying? Yeah.
We don't do that.
Yeah,
That's a plan.
Yeah, exactly. So when you don't do that, accident happens.
That's what I'm saying. If you had things as a plan,
Yeah.
then
You will
things are-
stable.
You get me? Things are not so hard when they happen.
Yeah, exactly.
You get me? So, for example, like going back to a child, if we plan a child,
Yeah.
we also probably plan, well, let's have about 5 grand in the bank.
Yeah,
just in case.
or let's move out of this
You
house.
get me? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
For out of this neighborhood.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So them things are planned.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Them things are planned out. I'm not saying everything's going to go according to
No,
plan,
no,
but at least you've got a plan.
Yeah, exactly.
You get me?
Yeah, I know.
Most of us don't have a plan.
Sure.
Most of us hope.
Yeah, for the best. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't live on hope anymore.
Yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean? I'm at a point in my life where I know hope with nothing behind it. There's only hope.
Yeah, true.
So-
So, what would you tell to someone that they feel they lack purpose in life?
Good one. I think go and help somebody. I would say go and help. So if you feel as if like you have no purpose in life, then one of the major things that you can do is go and help somebody. And go and help somebody that can't even help you back.
Yes, yeah.
There's a one of the things that I do when I've got students with me, because my job is an outreach mentor, so I'm not based in schools, I'm based in all around the community. And I could be walking with a child and I might give a homeless person like £1, and the first thing that says to me, he's going to buy drugs in. Why? Because he's going to buy drugs in. So I said, first of all, if you're going to give.
Yeah.
And give unjudgmentally.
Yeah, exactly.
Give,
One heart
give, like, I was saying to you, you take drugs and basically,
Yeah.
you live in a nice home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
These guys,
judge.
you get me here. These guys are in
So, like, it is,
You know what I mean? So, if you're gonna give.
Then don't
But
judge.
also again, like when I do give, it gives me a sense of greatness inside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for me, I call it the shop floor. I rather give somebody that I can see, tangible, rather than give my money to somebody that I can't see.
Yeah,
You get me?
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same. I think better when I see it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, or like sometimes I do this. I speak in some videos as well. All the time when I take my car for a wash, I give like £5 extra. When I go to an Uber driver, £2-3 tipping all the time. So I know these people is not like people in need, but also when people in need, I give all the time. Homeless, I give. But the same, I like the tangible feeling when I see the car that washes my car. When my car appears there, and my car is a 2008 car, and I bet you there are cars that they're new or they don't give them any money. You know what I'm saying? So when they see me, they light up. You know what I'm saying?
I bet it's a little bit more about that. The cleaning your car with probably a bit more love.
But for me, I just even because I see their hard work, and I'm like, it's not like I wouldn't do that. I do it if I will be needed. But I'm so grateful if someone can do it for me. It's a hard work to do.
Of course.
So like, you need some. I want to give you tips. Of course. You know, because if you wouldn't do this, who will wash my car? You know what I'm saying?
But this is what I try and show the young people. The first thing is, sometimes if you feel as if lost and you feel as if you have no significance in life, go and help somebody that can help you back. That's the best for you. Go and help somebody.
So it gives you a sense of purpose. Maybe from there you find your purpose.
But also it'll give you a sense of of goodness inside.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
you've done something like that.
You help someone, eh?
Yeah, and the main thing is they can't help you back.
Yeah, true.
Do you get me? It's not as if I've helped you, knowing that, well, you're going to help me back.
Yeah.
There's a sense of me doing something, knowing that you can't help me, mate.
Yeah.
But I'm going to help you anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to help you get out in my car and crack on with my day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I get you. Yeah. But you know why that also might help my work on your subconscious level? Your subconscious level, where they see you helping all the time and you giving all the time, they'll be like, oh, it's an abundance. We have money, so it will create for you a life more abundant, because your subconscious is always active. People don't know this. That's why what you hear, what you say, your subconscious listens, and after it brings you back into reality. So when your subconscious sees you giving £2 to this, giving £3 there, £7, whatever, we're helping someone however we can, the subconscious say, oh, this guy is really rich. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, all right.
If time, you know what I'm saying? More wealthy.
If we look at life and go back, whether it's 100 years ago, 50 years ago, we used to be village people.
Yeah.
And it was, I fix your roof, you fix my house.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah.
And we're community based.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Help each other.
Yeah, that I know. That's true.
Like your child is my child.
True. I remember, like, even in my country back not so long ago, when everyone was doing the farming. All the neighbors was going one day farming all the land, to one patch of land to one people. Then they go to the next neighbor, to the next neighbor. But they were not going each one of them separate. They go like
They go together.
10 different houses. Going to the first house land first, doing it, and after the next one, and they were helping each other. Yeah.
So it's
always going faster and goes the community. It's the same.
But it's only the westernized places there now where everyone teaches you to be individual.
Yeah.
Everyone teaches you
That's what they want.
teaches you to put your blinkers on.
That's what they want.
And don't mind anything else.
Yeah,
and that's why you can have a sense of not belonging to somebody. You have a sense of like, why am I here? What's my purpose?
Yeah.
So that's what I said, like, to change that now is to now help somebody that can't help you back.
True.
Because once you start doing that, you're realizing that, okay, then, right, that alone is what I should be doing anyway.
Yeah, true.
Especially if I can.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, once you start doing things like that, you start to realize, okay, then, right, let me sit down and let me look at what is it that I want to do in my life. Let me look at basically what is it I like, where do I see myself.
Yeah.
I mean, things start changing a little bit.
Yeah. How can someone push past the fear of judgment on pursuing their dreams or trying something new?
Well, judgment is a thing that's never going to end.
Yeah.
I think people are always going to judge you. And I think the minute that you realize what you want to do in life, the judgment is going to be even louder.
Yes.
Because people are going to come out the woodworks and they're going to say negative things, because I think we live in like a negative society.
Yes.
I've come up against this mainly when I used to do lives on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to, help people. And you get some negative person that will just come out and start saying just negative things, and I'm like, and mostly because of how it is now in social media, that I can see something negative and not be found, not be seen.
Yeah.
And I think that's the world that we're in nowadays. So the best thing is to understand that the journey of understanding what you want, first of all, it's going to be rough.
Yeah.
It's going to be rocky.
And people will judge you anyway. No matter what you do.
We're in a judgmental world.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like, people nowadays, I will judge you to make myself feel better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's another thing that alienates us to be individuals.
Yeah.
Instead of finding the love concept. Like, it's more easier for me to say something nasty than it is to say something nice.
Of course. Yeah, of course, that is true.
Do you know what I mean? It's like somebody will see you and say to you, oh, your shoes are horrible, aren't they?
Yeah.
Rather than not even saying anything, I'll say, oh, yeah, I like your coat. Your coat's nice, bro. Like, where you get your coat from?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or they say sometimes that judge never comes from above. The judge comes
People are underneath your course.
They're never above.
All right. As much as we can see with visual, we can see things, right?
Yeah.
Let's say, let's look at some rich people. Let's look at, for example, the person that owns Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
What does he wear? T-shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
T-shirt and jeans.
Yeah, it doesn't care.
He's worth billions.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, what does he wear? T-shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
So when you understand how the world is designed, it's designed, like you said to you, people who are lower than you that will always have something bad to say, because their lives, even though they might have £200 shoes, their life is still not where they hope it is or should be.
Yeah. They're still happy.
Of course, you understand it.
Yeah.
So it's like, once you understand these things, like I said to you before, someone's opinion is only an opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
It's when you allow that opinion to now
get
inflict,
you.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, it's hard, but then, I kid you not, it's hard
Yeah.
sometimes because of how we've been conditioned.
Yeah.
We've been conditioned to say, the minute someone says horrible something, you got to say something horrible back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, it's took me years. And I'll be honest with you, even now I've not mastered it.
Yeah.
Because if you catch me on a bad day,
Yeah.
I want to do something.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
you catch me on a bad day,
Yeah.
like, I'm still like, the old me will
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Imagine after 40 years of you running on the same program, you're still gonna have days that all you want to happen.
yeah.
I have the same me. So at the same, I'm changed for the past 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But sometimes all me is still there.
So that's why I try not to put myself in these circumstances.
Yeah.
Like I know I don't like to go certain places.
So you do it.
Do you know what I mean? So I try and keep myself away from certain things. Sometimes I still put myself in it just to test myself to see if I am improving.
Yeah.
But I try to put myself in it too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the concept is, like I said, it comes off the tongue easier to say something negative than it is to say something positive.
Yeah, true.
So
That's true.
So you got to understand that once you decide what you want,
Yeah, don't care about
and
it.
you're chasing what you want,
Yeah.
it's natural for people just be horrible.
Yeah. So yeah.
You know what I mean?
So don't get discouraged by
It was when it happens, you just gotta smile and say, okay, so now I've got to probably see another 10 of you people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the more you smile and unless you react to it, then there's nothing for them to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I was in a sauna today. And something happened in the sauna, and a woman said something to me like direct to me. It was as if it was me that done it.
Yeah. Okay.
But I said, listen, I just like shake my head.
Yeah.
And then the other person said, no, it was me
Yeah,
that done it.
yeah.
And then she said, well, how come?
Why did you say that?
Yeah. How come? And I said, to be honest, with you, sometimes it's best not to say nothing.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she was amazed.
Yeah.
And I says, that's what I'm trying to be in my life right now.
Yeah.
Is that I don't have to react to everything
Exactly.
to me.
Because if you react, they control you.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
But the minute if I would have said something, she would have said something
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
When I did, I would have been back. Blah, blah, blah.
Ego back.
But you know what I mean? When the next minute, we're probably fighting on something in the sauna.
Yeah.
What, of something that I didn't do.
Yeah.
So now it's understanding that I don't have to react to everything that comes against me.
Sure.
Sometimes it's even like you drive your car. Somebody cuts you up.
I mean, I don't have a problem.
You know what I mean?
We're very calm. But there are people that are very road rage.
Now I like to myself like, all right, that place was cut me up. They get me like,
Probably you cut some. Give me nice.
crack on now.
Yeah.
But before that used to get to me.
Yeah.
But it took time for me to understand that certain things that I don't have to.
You don't need to react with
Do
everything.
you understand? True. Because sometimes when you react to that, it's now took you out of your calmness and put you on a different path where you didn't need to be.
True.
So sometimes it's about you understanding that the journey that I've chosen is going to bring some complications, but it's for me to learn how to react to it.
True. What is the biggest lesson you learned from helping others?
The biggest lesson I've learned from helping others is that's what you should do. And I think we spoke before about the ripple effect and how important the ripple effect is. So the ripple effect is like if you stand in front of a pond and you throw a stone in a pond, you see the water do this.
Yeah. So your action just here, but your action after goes everywhere.
Goes everywhere.
Yeah.
So when you throw that stone into the pond will do this, but also if you wait time, you see the pond come back.
Yeah, you're right.
So the ripple effect is basically, do the best that you can.
Yeah.
And
it will come in unexpected ways.
but even not even you can come to your kids.
Oh, yeah.
Or your parents.
Oh, yeah, you never know. Yeah.
So if you're doing good and someone goes, oh, there's these more, there's these that, let me help her with the bags.
Yeah.
That's a ripple that you've done positive here, and I'll now come back to you.
You're right. Yeah. You never know how it actually.
You understand? So the concept is understanding that it's the best is to create a positive ripple.
Yeah, all the time.
I mean,
as many as kids.
and I've learned from this, like as a child, obviously my ripple was not positive. My ripple was, my ripple was not positive.
Yeah.
And I also, that even came back to me as well. Do you know what I mean? So I understand the power of creating a positive ripple. And I think as a human being, you should be, because if not, then it doesn't make us no better than animals then, does it?
Yeah.
Because even animals help each other.
Yeah.
So you get me? So if we can't do things as a human being, which is, we should be a higher race than animals, then what are you doing then?
True.
And it doesn't cost nothing, one, to be nice. It don't cost nothing to help somebody. It doesn't cost nothing to just be nice. You know what I mean? So yeah, I will say to create the best ripple as you can, because everything comes around.
What role does gratitude play in your teachings and learnings?
I think gratitude is a thing that a lot of us don't understand. I think a lot of people, like you said before, when we wake up in the morning, we don't even see that that's a blessing.
Well, just that.
I think a lot of us are looking for big things to be gratitude for. And like you said, if you don't understand the basics, it doesn't matter how much you have, you will never have enough. It's like a child. When a child will have, like
too many toys.
You don't understand the first time you got how much it meant. And again, as horrible as it sounds, sometimes you have to come from nothing.
So you can appreciate.
You know what I mean? You understand? Sometimes when you've been given too much, you never appreciate anything because everything came too easy.
That's true.
You know what I mean? I will say the people that have the roughest life sometimes,
they have
the ones that are really successful. Because they kind of know, like what it's like. What it's like to do hard work, what it's like to have, and all the rest of it. When that's one of the things that I try and teach my kids. It's very hard because obviously my kids are at a point where they're exposed to life itself. Do you know what I mean?
In social media,
you get everything.
Bad influences.
There you go. So when I try and show them certain things, I'm classed as the bad dad. Because I'm.
They realize it after.
Do you understand?
After they go through some experience.
So it's even like even in my head now, I've got a plan for them for Christmas, and I know they're not gonna be happy about it. Normally I give them money. This year it's changed the plan.
You know better.
And I know they're not gonna be happy because they're not gonna see the value of what I'm trying to show them. They're just going to see, well, where's my money? You know what I mean? And this is another thing where I'm saying to parents that, you know what I mean, like we've got to understand that us as parents, when we say that I want to give my kids things I didn't have, it's not necessarily material things that they need.
The experiences.
You know what I mean? You know what I say?
Trips, time, quality time.
You understand?
Sure, I understand.
You get me? It's them things that we should be teaching them and unwinding to them. So when I say gratitude is when you gratitude for this breath and walking, you see when you get things, it doesn't even matter anymore.
Exactly.
It's like it's like it's like it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm at a point in my life now. It's like ain't nothing else to me. It's like I am blessed with just being able to get in my car, come here,
walk,
talk, isn't it? See, you know what I'm saying? I'm buzzing on
having a hot shower.
I'm buzzing on that already. I'm buzzing. Trust me.
On the same.
So because I'm buzzing on that already. If I do have more, you probably won't even know. Because I'm not a person to flaunt. You get me? I'm buzzing with what I have. I mean, I think when like sometimes I laugh to myself. Because I'm happy. And I'm like, how come I didn't have this before? Because I didn't understand that word.
Exactly. I would say sometimes like, so now I'm so grateful, like even when I take a hot shower, when I walk, so I had my car in service for 2 or 3 weeks recently. I was happy. I was walking to the train station. I was happy. I was in the bus. I was like, I'm in the bus. I never been to the bus. It's interesting, That's right. I'm grateful for this. And I imagine 30 years of my life, before this awakening of mine, I was not seeing that. I was not seeing the beauty of the world. You know what I'm saying? Because I was gratitude, the grateful.
They say this, right? A person in a wheelchair will watch a person
walking and say he's lucky.
You know what I mean?
And the other
person is walking, it's in a person on a bike. To look at. And a person in a car, you see a person in a jet. You understand?
All the time, they're like grateful for what they already have.
And that's the concept. Like once you're on that journey, don't matter how big your house is, how many cars you have, how much money you have, you will never be grateful. But you see, once you learn how to be grateful for the little things, when you have these things there now, it's like it becomes nothing.
Sure. Or, I actually remember one guy said this, I think on a podcast, if you want to be more grateful, maybe you don't know how, you need to compare yourself with someone with lower than you, with problems, even with health problems, or even with, not in the sense that you are against him or something, or you're laughing about the situation, but in that moment you're really gonna see what you have. So you might be a person that doesn't have even a car or nothing, but you're healthy, and you compare yourself with maybe someone that's in the hospital now, he has cancer, or you realize how many things you have.
Absolutely.
So if you want to be more grateful, compare yourself with people underneath you. Never, because if you compare yourself with someone above you all the time, those people above you.
Of course. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing because, like I said, we've been taught or shown only to judge yourself against people who have more, rather than judge yourself against less. And like you said, when you travel, like one of the things I do when I travel, especially with my kids, so let's say most places I used to go is Egypt. And I come out the hotel and I say to people, I want to go to see where the people live. I don't want to go. I want to go see the. Bring my kids with me. And I show them the kids see how it is. You know what I mean? And I said, I'm going to sit there. I said, you see the difference between your life.
Exactly.
And now these kids are. You know what I mean? And it's that. I mean, and they get onto it. I mean, obviously, we're 2-3 months down the line, the reprogram to what's going around. But the concept is, for example, is to understand. If you can speak gratitude for what you have, I kid you not,
everything will become better.
You know what I mean? It's just, it's like things just come where it's like, I don't know. It's even like there is an old African proverb, and they say if you sit around a table with people, and if there's a bowl, and everybody put the problems in that bowl, I bet you'd be quick to take yours out.
Who will take the years out?
So basically what they're saying is that if me you sat in a room
you put the problems in the bowl
and another temper and my problems I put them in a piece of paper and I put them in there, you put your problems back. I bet you take your problems back. You won't take my problems, you take your own back.
I get you, but
you understand?
I understand, but I don't understand it.
So it basically means that you might think that your life is hard. Until you understand how hard my life is.
I get
you get me? It's a concept where it's like you wouldn't want to walk a mile in my shoes. If you really truly see what my life's like.
You still take your progress back.
You know what I'm saying?
You realize yours are not that bad. You understand? I get
you. You get me? But because you're always looking at people there, you're not looking at, like you said, just like before we said, if you look at other people that are worse off, you realize that their problems are world worth. Like the homeless man. His problem, like he's gonna have to sleep tonight. In that little sleeping bag in the corner, in the wind, in the breeze, and you're moaning because your PlayStation's not working.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying to you? So if that homeless one put his problems in the bucket, and you put your PlayStation problems in the bucket, which problems are you going to take out?
I get it.
You understand?
I get it. You still prefer yours. I get it. You'll be grateful for them. I understand. What habits and routines have been most transformative for you?
My morning routine. Getting up at a certain time, don't matter what. Using the first 45 minutes to do my looking at how to invest, how to look at better myself better, going for a run, cooking my breakfast, putting it into a tub, bringing it to work. My morning routine is the most bulletproof routine I've ever had in my whole life. I've always been routine based, but not in a way where it benefits me. So I think having a great routine that inspires you and pushes you forward is the best routine you can have. And one of them is a bit of exercise in there. Throwing a bit of exercise in there. Routine where you might be reading. For me, I don't read. I watch videos. So it's all about learning.
But you are careful what you're watching. No, you
absolutely. The minute I see some shit, I'm the same. I'm not interested.
When I see something that I like it. Sometimes even comment because you train the algorithm.
Of course, more. So it's also understanding like not to get distracted because I have been distracted. Where I'm a man. I like to look at women sometimes. So I see a woman video there.
It shows you more and more.
I'm watching this sheep and it's like, that's not teaching me nothing. That's not helping me. You know what I mean? So it's also took time for me to even understand that as well. Like you said, the algorithm. The more you watch this, the more they're going to show you more. You know what I mean? So the concept is to have a bulletproof routine. That one, like before I said to you that I now have 4 buckets. Wellness, relationship, finance. And what else did I say? Family. So they're my 4 buckets. So I know that if it's not around them 4 things there, I'm not interested.
True.
So it's now been having a routine where everything I direct movement has to be around them 4.
So all the habits, all the routines must benefit you.
If not, it don't make sense.
Is it true?
You know what I mean? So, for example, me going out and getting face blooded and coming home off my head. That's not going to benefit for them. You know what I mean?
No. It doesn't. Anyway.
So this is where I'm saying that first of all, you need to have a direction of where you're going in. Once you have a direction, you can say, okay, then what habits do I need to pick up? That's going to keep me on a path. where I can look back a week from now
Yeah.
and say I'm moving forward, not backwards.
I get it. And so besides the morning routine, any other hobbies like or I mean,
Again, I think every habit. I think the habits that I'm trying to have now is the habits that, like I said to you, benefit me.
yeah,
Rather than take me off my path.
I get it.
So it's like, I remember a while ago, some people came around to my house. No, I don't really have people around my house. Came around to my house, and we're talking about chit chat.
Yeah,
I don't do chit chat. We're talking about chit chat, and one of them got off, and there's still about 4 people left. I mean, we must have been there about 4 or 5 hours chatting rubbish. So anyway, in my house, I don't have a TV.
Yeah.
I have like a whiteboard. I don't have TVs. Yeah.
Yes.
So I had like a flip chart.
Yeah.
So I took the flip chart out. And this time they're still in my house.
Yeah.
So I said, how long you been here?
Yeah.
So you've been here about 5 hours, haven't you?
Yeah.
I said in the 5 hours, all we talked about is the past.
Yeah.
This girl, that girl.
Yeah.
Talk rubbish in it.
Yeah.
So I said, imagine if we talked about how to start a business.
Yeah.
Imagine if we talked about how to be better.
Yes. Yeah.
And in 4 hours,
Yeah.
we would have left my house.
And do something.
You know what I'm saying?
Or go for a run.
You know what I'm saying? And imagine if it came together every single week.
Yeah.
We talked about.
Yeah.
You understand?
Where will that lead?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're the habits
Yeah.
that I've tried to increase in my life.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, I'm not going to come to your house
Yeah.
and just do that for the
Yeah.
I can stay in my own house and do it.
Yeah. True.
You know what I mean? So the habits that I've tried to create now is habits that catapult me forward
Go.
in a positive way.
Yeah. And push in your forward bucket.
You understand?
I get it.
If not, it doesn't make sense. It means because what we can't get back is time.
Yeah.
And no one is promised tomorrow, or no one, like, I can't say to you that, right, I've been told that I'm going to die on this time.
You don't know
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because I don't know that, Evan, when every single second is a second that I could be using to be more beneficial to me.
Yeah.
Rather than just sitting down and say, okay, then, right, I'm just going to, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So what I try and do is make sure that my day is consist of movements that are putting me in the right direction. And like I said, I do have days when I do fall off, but try not to fall off too long.
Yeah. What's one thing that you hope people to take away from your story and the work that you do?
I think self-belief. Self-belief and courage. I think more than anything else, I think they're the 2 main things I would say that's going to help you in life, is to have courage to sometimes walk alone, and have the self-belief to keep walking alone as long as possible. And I think everything else will come.
Yeah.
I think, for a long period of my time, I didn't believe in myself, and I think I had a lot of ideas and a lot of dreams, and I put them off because I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think I had what it take, because I'm not educated. I don't have most things that people have. So I kind of grew up where the minute you said something to me that would shake my belief, I would just walk away from it. So I would say, I hope if you got anything from this is, 1, to believe in yourself. 2 is to have courage to act on what you believe in and what you want to do in life. And remember that the journey is going to be bumpy. It's not going to be straight, smooth, and people are not just going to give you what you want because you're on some magical path and you're doing wonderful things for people. That's not how it works. I understand that sometimes you might have to do 2, 3, 4 years before you ever see any true blessings or before things start happening. And again, more than anything else, like I said, believe in yourself, man. You have to. The magic starts with you. I don't care how many books you read, how many videos you watch, how many podcasts you listen to. The magic starts with you. If you're not disciplined enough to act on it, don't matter what you do, it's not going to work. So it starts with you. And there is no better time than the present. Jump on it today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Do it later. There is no later in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's no day that says later. It's now.
What would you say for the people that they feel stuck?
If you feel stuck, again, we're going back to goals. Create some goals.
Yeah.
Create some small, minute goals.
Dreams.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that guy, Simon Squibb. Simon Squibb. He's a guy, I think he's an English guy, but he was abroad in China for a while and he's now back in England. And his whole motto is, what is your dream? and he makes content just about asking people what is your dream, because he realized that's why people don't act on nothing, because
The guy that walks around, okay,
because they don't have a goal, they don't have a, you know, the guy that stops everyone with the mic.
Yeah.
What's your dream?
Yeah,
What's your
I'll give you
dream?
£1,000.
Yeah. What's your dream? I support your dream. But you see, I realized he thought well about this, because that's what we need. We need a dream. We don't what you're just saying now, basically. You just said to form some goals, or dreams or something. No,
I think we all have dreams. What we don't do is act on them.
you're right.
I think everyone has a dream. You got to think, on a day-to-day basis, you might have about 15 dreams, things that you want to do.
Yeah, but there is the dream.
You don't act. What we don't do is a thought is a dream.
Yeah.
So the thought is like, for example, I am going to build this chair.
Yeah.
Now whether I act on it now, that's if
it comes a young role.
Yeah. So once I act on this now, I might create another dream.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But it's that dream that thing that comes into our head. Like I said before, when I said previously, my ex-wife, basically, she was not a risk taker.
I get it. Yeah.
So because I was a risk taker, and I came to her,
Yeah.
and she said it couldn't work.
Yeah.
That dampened me down.
I get
that
it.
deflated me.
I can imagine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I did. It was
You know what I'm saying? So because I was deflated,
Yeah.
I didn't want to do anything.
Yeah. You feel
I
like.
thought I'd just go to work, come home, and there was no spark in me.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get
You
it.
get me?
And that was the same.
You know what I'm saying? Now the minute when everybody left and I was by myself, I had no one to ask anymore.
Yeah. So you could take action.
So when I took action,
Yeah.
once something worked, that gave me more confidence.
Yeah.
It made me exactly what I was done with my body then.
Yeah.
That's what it done to me.
Yeah.
It made me more like it grew me.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once something works once,
Yeah.
then why can't somebody else work?
Yeah.
Why can't something else work?
Yeah.
So now
Gives you confidence.
You get me?
More and more.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you're looking at, I'm not dreaming here now. I'm dreaming to the stars.
Yeah, I'm the same. I have really big goals.
See what I'm saying? But first of all, you had to start with
small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had to achieve that.
A morning routine.
What's this?
Working out a bit, eating healthier. Start with this, and after go for the one.
But the thing is, you have to start, and you have to have, like I said, the courage. It all boils down to courage.
Yeah.
Because like I said to you,
If you don't have the courage to act on it,
I mean, your mind is designed to keep you safe, and if your mind is designed to keep you safe, that means that the minute I tell you and you say it's not going to work, or I think in my brain it's not going to work, I'm not going to try it.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, if I don't try it, it means that sometimes all the other thoughts that I have won't even manifest because I didn't try the other one and the other one and the other one. I mean, it's like now I'm walking around depressed.
Yeah.
Because I'm not living my true life.
Yeah.
I'm living a life because I've got to go to work.
Yeah, I get it.
You get me? I'm doing this because I've got to.
Yeah, I get it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now it's like, it's like I'm dead inside.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So for me to be alive, I have to look at, one, have the courage to, bring that thing alive that's inside of me.
Yeah.
It's like before, like when you were younger now, and there was a girl that you liked, and you didn't have the courage to basically talk to her, and you went back in your house, and that thought was in your head all the time, and you're thinking, why are they saying this when did it?
Yeah.
Next minute you see somebody else with her.
Yeah.
Now you feel depressed now. Yeah, you feel depressed now, broken because someone else has got her.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes that might have made you now not even to speak to girls.
Yeah.
Because of that one incident.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you had the courage now, you should have said no. You had the courage again to ask. Now you're asking girls. You're not even bothered anymore.
Yeah.
You don't what about no anymore? Because,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't let that one person decide your courage.
Yeah.
But you have to start off with that one concept of realizing that everything starts with you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't believe in you, how can I believe in you?
True. How do you measure success, both professionally and personally?
How I measure my success is from yesterday.
Cool.
That's it. That's how I measure it.
Competition with yourself.
Yeah,
See if past
for myself yesterday. I done a video the other day, and I had two diaries. I had my diary from 2024, and I had my diary from 2025. And what I done was basically wrote the same date in this 2025. So for example, let's say today's what, I don't know what day is today.
7, 8, I don't know.
Say the 8th. So when I go home tonight, I'll write in my 2025 diary what happened today in the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
What I've done today.
Yeah.
So by next year now, when it comes up, I'll be like, okay then, what have I done from that day on to move forward?
Yeah.
So for example, I've said to you, I want to do this.
I get it, yeah.
So if I've said that and I wrote that down,
Yeah.
for 2025.
And you didn't do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've had a year.
You measure after yourself.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's like I say how I've grown.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're the things that I do.
Yeah,
I do with my diaries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or my journal, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I do things where I write things down and I look back and say, okay, then, like, or it could be looking forward.
Yeah.
So I've said, for example, by 2020, by Christmas, I want to be doing this.
Yeah.
Which is about 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
So it's a forward thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm saying to myself, am I keeping up with it?
Yeah.
So, for example, last year, in November, I said to myself, I don't want to drink.
Yes.
Let's see how long I can do it for. So I think I've done it for like 100 odd days. And I thought, let's have a little drink. Yeah. And I went and I stopped again.
Yeah.
Right? I've done the same thing again.
Yeah.
November,
That's
the
good.
same thing
That's good.
again.
Yeah.
Now I look back on last year's November and I thought, well, I'm going to do the same thing again.
Yeah.
So even yesterday I went to a party. First thing someone said, you want a drink? I said,
Yes or no? That's good.
no, drink.
It's good.
That's also helping me to be stronger and disciplined.
Of course.
Make my discipline stronger.
Yeah.
To know that one, I've done it last year,
Yeah.
it worked, so I can't do it again this year.
Yeah, but it's better now.
You get me?
You can.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also look
Want to
back.
become better.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
And that's what I do sometimes.
Yeah.
By myself, and that's how I judge myself if I'm getting better.
Yeah.
Now, if I look back at my diary, thinking, well, last year you said you were going to do something, you still not done it yet.
Yeah.
And realize I'm not even grown enough.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm in the same situation.
Yeah.
If I look back,
So basically, comparing yourself with your past self, if you're doing the things that you should say,
course.
I get.
I've been also putting things out to my present self.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to be able to do this by then.
Yeah.
I want to keep doing this between by then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I started the year with a few new habits.
Yeah.
I think two of them I fell off. So I started the year with I wanted to meditate every morning.
Yeah.
I fell off.
But as the thing, like, sorry, I interrupt you with the meditating, because I did this as well when I was in my recovery journey. Let's say, when I was back into the self-development in the first year, 2 years, I managed to meditate every day for like 30 days, 2 months. I think the most for 3 months almost, 10 minutes a day meditating. At one point, you fell out of it, and after I realized, and I was looking even online, they say meditation is the first step that prepares you for prayer. Yeah, I think prayer is stronger than meditation, in my opinion. But you get me. But sometimes you need the meditation first, because after you have that life, for example, now I pray every day, every night, and I don't feel I fall out of it. I still, it still gives me the same benefit as a meditation, and it's still. I can't fall out of it, but if you put me to meditate again I can't. I will fall out in 1 month or 2 months or so. I know it's a side subject, but I realize it is for me. It is like that. I feel like I can. Prayer has more stronger benefits after you do it for longer. I don't know now.
Well, I think for me, what I won't say my downfall, but what my thing was I was always increasing it.
Oh, yeah, because you want to be better.
It's like 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, then 20 minutes, then half an hour, then an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you just made it too hard for yourself now, because
exactly.
now you've never got the time to do that now.
True.
Do you get me? So that's another thing that I do. I'm very competent about myself.
Yeah,
you get me?
that's good. Yeah.
Right? Well, the main thing for me is like I said, is I set out with about 6 goals at the start of the year.
Yeah.
I still have my cold showers.
Yeah.
I still do my morning routine.
Yeah.
So
Even non-negotiables.
They're not stopping me. You get me no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to introduce new ones.
Yeah, good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the same. Yeah.
So this is how I look at how I'm getting better with myself.
True.
Do you know what I mean? And that's how you grow.
Yeah.
Because I'm a true believer. Like, you can't wake up one morning and say, well, I'm going to change my whole life.
Yeah. Because you can't.
You've had 40 odd years of living like some madness.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to wake up one morning and start saying you're going to stop doing this. You know what I mean?
And you still
it's eliminations.
Yeah,
you get me?
Yeah.
Right, and like I said to you, why?
Yeah.
Right.
You have a strong wine.
You get me, yeah?
Gets you to the.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if you walk one morning and say, I'm going to stop doing 10 things at once.
Yeah.
Unless you're David friggin' Goggins or whatever. It's gonna be very hard. You know what I mean? So why I say I eliminate. I start with one.
Yeah.
I've been introduced one for a bit, and I'm doing that for a bit.
Yeah.
I thought, all right, let me introduce another one.
Yeah, that's good.
And I'm doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even like I said, you fall off thinking, well, I'm not gonna upset myself because I've still kept 4 of them.
Oh yeah, I get you. I
You know what I
get
mean?
you.
Still kept 5 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now it's coming to a new year now.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm gonna do? Well, I've already started.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting till January. I've already started doing new things already.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
That's good. Yeah.
So when it's like, okay, then right, I can see myself growing already.
Yeah, it's
because
good.
I'm not even waiting for the new year.
Yeah. I get you.
I'm doing it today.
Yeah. That's
You know
good.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So that again shows growth within myself.
Yeah.
So another thing I'll say to people is that there's no time like the present.
Yeah.
And again, the better version of yourself is waiting.
Yeah.
It's waiting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you've got to understand that I've got to let go some of these comfortable habits.
Yeah. That's the.
And get these other habits that are more beneficial to me and it's all about the long run out here, you know. It's not like they say it's the marathon, it's not a sprint.
No, it's
the long run.
Yeah.
Like you can mess up your health.
Yeah.
I mean, one day say, okay, I'm gonna change it now because I want to change it now.
Yeah.
Or you can say, okay, I'm all right. I can keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then one day you get to 60, you think to yourself, it's reversible because I've done too much of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when Corona was on and we're now allowed back out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was in B&M. We're in B&M now, right? And I'm in queue. Obviously, you got to stand distance in it.
Yeah.
So the guy in front of me, he's got a mask on.
Yeah.
He's opening the mask to take a cigarette out and put the mask back on.
Okay.
And I'm behind him thinking to myself, how does that even make sense?
Yeah.
I asked about catching Corona, you got to and that alone made me realise that basically some people here just don't understand how the maths works.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
So when I thought to myself, okay, this is where you have to focus on the star player, which is yourself.
Yeah.
You get me? Look at what you're doing.
Yeah.
Not what the world doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Look what you're doing.
Yeah. What advice would you give to your younger self?
Again,
Kind of the same, huh?
belief.
Okay.
It's just belief.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, me, I was a late reader. I didn't learn to read till I was 19, 20. A lot of confidence, a lot self-belief, a lot self-worth. Everything that started with self, I lacked every single bit of it.
Yeah.
And because I did, it made me walk around, like I said, in the black rain.
Yeah.
I was thinking life is rubbish. Everything about life is rubbish. Because I couldn't see my self-worth.
Yeah.
And because I didn't see my self-worth, I wasn't willing to try anything new. I wasn't really trying to even better myself.
Yeah.
You know, I was living in trauma.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
And I stayed in trauma.
Yeah.
I made trauma nice.
Yeah.
Trauma was nice. You know what I mean? And yeah, so it was I would say to my younger self was, find ways to start, finding self-confidence, self-worth, self-belief, everything that starts with self.
Yeah.
Because if you can build yourself,
Everything comes.
you know what I mean? It's like a shield, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, it's once you build up yourself, things can bounce off you.
Yeah.
But once you've got nothing to believe in, then everything that comes at you is just affecting you. You know what I mean? You could say the most minute thing and it's affecting me.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean? And then it's
when you have that low self-esteem,
anything you say,
everything it affects you.
Yeah.
And
it's like, it's
everything gets to you.
Yeah.
Because you already believe that. That's
of course it is.
You believe the people around you. I get it.
Yeah, so it's like my younger self, I'll say to my younger self is focus on everything that starts with self. That's what it starts off with. Focus on everything: self-worth, self-belief, self-love, self-care, self-confidence. Everything that starts with self, work on them.
Cool.
And I think once you can work on them, you set yourself up light years ahead of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because even though you might see people around driving a big car, doing big things, they probably still don't focus on them things like self. That's why they need all these things to feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can feel good about myself. I'm wear trainers with no name.
Yeah.
Not bothered.
Yeah.
Like I said, most of my clothes I wear are these.
Yeah, but it's good. You're proud. That's good.
Yeah, I'm not wearing enough. I don't need to wear Nike to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wear something that I know I've designed.
Yeah.
And
promote
you know what I mean?
message
Yeah.
and whatever.
So I would wear this all day long. But again, when I was a kid, I felt as if like I had to have the black. I have to have this.
Yeah, we all did that.
You get me?
Yeah.
Because again, that was like an identity.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's because everything with self was not worked upon.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I would definitely say to my younger self, or to anyone that's young.
Yeah.
Focus on everything that starts. Or even old. Focus on anything that starts with self.
Yeah, true. Well, that was all. Thank you, the Game Changer. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.